What's up, everybody? It's Thursday, August 22nd, and you are listening to the Vitamin Geek Podcast. This is episode number 30. Woo! We hit another small milestone. Tonight we are talking about slasher films and low-budget horror movies. I am your host, Corey Keelan, and with me this evening is the one, the only, Mr. Brandon Posey.
I know Miss Pac-Man is special. She's fun. She's cute. She swallows.
What?
That's from Van Wilder, a movie with, you guessed it,
Ryan
Reynolds.
Oh, man crush. All right, the Ben Hawkins.
You can call me the Ben if you want.
Jesus. Ben Hawkins.
Hello, everyone.
He's back. Sorry. And a voice you hear every week, and sometimes he talks like the Joker, and we try to make him stop, but he just won't.
He's going to do it for 19 years.
Good evening, everyone.
I don't know what that is. That's like Mama Fatale, like on Downers or something. All right, and a man you wanna love, you wanna hug, and he loves it when you call him Big Papa. Eric Williams.
Hey, you got that floater? That's going to be tied to my movie later. I did a movie quote, yay!
Eric's here, folks. Brian is currently not here, but he may be joining us later. And, of course, in the second half, we do have two very special guests for you guys this evening. Miss Goldie Fatale and Andie Noir, two independent filmmakers as well as actresses and all-around lovely individuals. So look forward to that interview in the second half of the show. First up, I want to mention our wonderful sponsor, Anime Blast Chattanooga. It is, of course, coming up in November, the 8th through the 10th, in lovely downtown Chattanooga at the Convention Center. You can check out all the great guests and go ahead and get your tickets right now at animeblastchattanooga.com. The ever awesome Michael Miller, Zippy, is going to be there running things. And you probably won't get to see him much because he's busy. But good guy, great con, really good time. We will all be there, just having a good old anime blast. Boom, got nothing better. But check it out, animeblastchattanooga.com. And real quick, I want to give one other tiny little shout out. Last night I was on Michael's radio show, which is called Tokyo Tower. It plays on thewall.org, WAWL.org. If you guys are into J-pop or Japanese rock or Korean rock or pop, you definitely want to check out his show, Tokyo Tower. It's every Wednesday from 9 to 11. And I was a guest on there last night, and we talked about the podcast and, of course, like heroes of cosplay, stuff like that. And I got exposed to some new music to me. I'm not really familiar with J-pop and J-rock. So some of it was really cool. And what Michael did was kind of take my 5 favorite groups, which are Clutch, Mars Volta, Dillinger Escape Plan, Wu-Tang Clan, and Faith No More. And he tried to match them to Japanese artists, which was odd because they didn't really match to me. But it was a cool experience nonetheless. So check that out. And I also want to give one tiny little shout out to sugarcreations.com. Sugar Creations is a bakery and confectionery in Eastridge, Tennessee. They make awesome cupcakes, which I had one because Zippy gave me one to bring home, and so Susan and I split it. Awesome cupcake. So check it out. It's sugarycreations.com. They're over in Eastridge, so go throw them some service, man. Buy some stuff. Up next, we have VG News, and I think we're just going to do a big old mishmash tonight. I'm going to start out with Mr. Brandon Posey.
So we really don't have sound effects tonight?
VG News.
It's VG News.
Okay.
All the shit that's fit to print, bitches.
That is not the motto of VG News. Brian is turning over in his grave.
VG News for y'all bitches.
Brian wants to
It's just race. So there was this movie that was going to be coming out starring Sylvester Stallone, Thomas Jane, Lauren Cohen from Walking Dead. But you know what? They ran out of money. So now that movie is on Kickstarter, and they only need to garner like $200 bazillion. I think it's like $250,000. The movie is called Reach Me. This is one of those many things. Yeah, Reach Me. I don't know. It looks like it has a ton of people. Like the Fonz is in it.
Henry Winkler.
Yeah, well, the Fonz. You know, Stallone, Terry Crews, Kelsey Grammer, Danny Trejo. Yeah, it's got 27 days left to go. It needs $225,000, and yeah, they've got 19,000 right now. So I'm not so sure that's going to get made, but I just want to kind of give it out there because it is making some headlines because it is a bunch of big stars looking to get this movie being made. I don't know why Stallone doesn't say, "Oh, I can write you a check for that." That sounds silly, but anyway,
because he's trying to reach out to his fans, you know, so they can
get their money.
Yeah, he wants
Exactly.
to reach them so he can reach me.
Yeah, he's
So
gonna.
what you're saying is he's giving his fans the old reach around?
Yeah, it sounds like that.
That's what I heard.
Yikes.
So, how many of you guys have heard about Walking with Dinosaurs? Anybody?
PBS show?
No, well, I mean, maybe, but it's actually something in New York City where you actually walk around like a big giant theater, and there's all these animatronic dinosaurs that you can interact with, called Walking with Dinosaurs.
You guys know how much I love dinosaurs, and I love Jurassic Park, but that would terrify the living shit out of me.
They're fake, Corey. It's okay.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
You know, in Gatlinburg, that big old dinosaur head that's behind those bars,
Yeah.
I have trouble standing in front of that.
Wow.
Well, anyway,
That's-
there's a company who is working with Marvel to do the same thing with Marvel, comic book characters. So you could be walking with Spider-Man.
Wait, that's a dinosaur?
No dinosaurs, dog. The same.
Can I walk with Miss Marvel?
You may.
As
I don't
a
know who
dinosaur.
it's going to be. It's going to be called the Marvel Experience, and I'm not sure where it's going to debut, but it does appear to be a traveling thing. So it may show up in Atlanta or Nashville. So we might want to check that out as a podcast. Moving on.
So wait. So you're saying there's going to be Marvel characters as dinosaurs?
I never said that, Eric.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, Posey, take it away.
That was never said.
Well, that's what I heard.
Well, that's because you. Never mind. So Bradley Cooper has been rumored and pretty much almost dead on to be the voice of Rocket Raccoon if his schedule will allow it to happen. So all you fans of Rocket Raccoon, I don't know if you're happy or not. So anyway,
It's not British enough, but it's cool.
wait, he's not British enough? Is Rocket Raccoon
Yeah.
British?
Or Australian or something. He has an accent.
How do you know he hasn't? Oh, I guess because it's like apostrophes. Like,
No, because if you play Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate Marvel,
okay, because that's right, because the video game is the end all be all of comic book character. That's right. Okay,
it's so good.
so they finally got a composer for the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It's going to be Terry Bates, and this story is really for Mr. Patrick Sykes because he's all about the soundtracks and the scores.
Thanks, sir.
And I wasn't being facetious. This is why I put this story in here.
Thank
But this is a guy who did 300 and Watchmen. He's doing the music for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh.
And I don't remember 300 that well, but I do remember that Watchmen's soundtrack or score was actually pretty good. Too bad the movie didn't follow suit, but
Hey.
Whoa.
Watch it.
okay, fine. If you like long, boring movies, then you can love that
it's
movie. all
okay,
you want.
buddy. I'm with you.
Hold on. Just one question, then we'll move on. Did you read the book, Posey?
Yes, you gave it to me to read, and I read it.
What'd you think of the book?
I thought the book was all right. I mean, the story, it's, I don't know, but whatever. It doesn't matter what I think. I mean, you guys are entitled to your opinion. It's okay if we disagree. Moving on with the news. So,
I agree with that statement.
Ant-Man has been verified by Edgar Wright to, it will be a standalone movie, kind of quasi in this new Marvel universe they're creating, but not really. And it will be funny. It will not be a serious movie, and they will not be having any weird like Ultron stuff in it at all. So
He's also not going to be
not be Simon Pegg.
correct. It's not Simon Pegg, and Simon Pegg is also not going to be Batman, which is another thing floating around. So.
what?
Yeah, Simon Pegg said he was just visiting the studio and he just had someone take a picture as he was pointing to it.
He was there to promote his movie. So.
Yeah.
This is for Corey and for Eric, and I'm not sure if the other ones enjoy Rambo. I know that they both enjoy Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
Rambo's good.
Possibility of a Rambo TV series.
Oh, God.
It's in the works.
With Stallone, or
I doubt Stallone will be in it, but if he was, because I mean, why would he go to TV? He's whatever. And then finally, the last thing I have, aside from the news that Patrick may have about, I'll let you do that about Olsen. Katie Sackhoff. And this story is actually for a listener we used to have. I don't know if we still have her or not. Her name is Chazmataz, or she also goes by Sue. And I'm not sure if she still even cares about this show since she found a new show to care about. But Katie Sackhoff is the girl who played Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica. She has gone on record as saying she will sell her firstborn child to play Harley Quinn. So,
Figuratively speaking.
Figuratively speaking, yes.
Be careful,
That's
Kramer's not head
dedication.
of the studio. He'll take it seriously.
So if anybody needs a firstborn child,
There you go.
there you go.
There we go. That's all I got. On to you, Patrick.
Cool.
Thank
you,
sir.
Posey. Patrick, talk.
Okay, man. As a lot of people, I'm sure, are already aware, Abrams is still set to direct Star Wars Episode 7. The latest news on that, multiple sources have leaked that right now Disney and Lucasfilm have December circled on their calendars, with a mid-month release around the 15th being the most likely date. That would take Star Wars out of the crowded summer and, more importantly, give J.J. Abrams and company a couple more months to work on a movie that's already running a tighter schedule than most of the other Star Wars films have done. And they also go on to speculate that the movie could be pushed even closer to the holiday season if Abrams needs the time. So they're willing to give him the flexibility to make sure this gets done right. We hope. And
Do it right, JJ.
you got that right, boy. And probably everyone's probably heard that, and Posey was mentioning this earlier, that it's just talks. Nothing's concrete. But the best Olsen twin that actually can act, Elizabeth Olsen, is in talks to play Scarlet Witch in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Is she really related to them?
Yes, she is.
she is.
She's the prettiest one, and she can actually act.
She's not a twin though, so just
Yeah.
clear that up.
Yeah. So I'm sure
Oh.
she was a better, prettier baby than they were. But on to some other news. Who's a fan of Nightbreed? Who's seen Nightbreed in this crowd?
Yeah, that's pretty I've seen it.
Actually, that was one of my choices for favorite horror movie a long time ago.
Awesome.
I didn't think you guys had heard of it.
I knew you
Do you
liked
remember
it.
that show? You just forget? You just forget things? The history of the show means nothing to you?
Well, here's something that you might like. Shout Factory and Morgan Creek Productions have officially announced that they will bring an extended director's cut of Clive Barker's cult 1990 horror film Nightbreed to disc and VOD next year. And the original film, at the time of the release of the original film, was heavily edited down from 2.5 hours to just 102 minutes. It'll be called, it was called the Cabal Cut on the festival circuit. The restored longer version contains over 45 minutes of previously unseen material, which is said to be Barker's original vision. So that is coming next year. I cannot wait, because that was one of my favorite horror films. You know, it's still one of my favorite horror films, period.
Hey, guess
It's one of the
what?
best Clive Barker's ever done.
Guess what?
What's that?
You're going to have to wait.
No.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait.
No. But that's all in the news.
Movie. Thank you, guys. Very cool. Anybody else got any little tidbits they want to drop real quick? I mean, quick.
So-
Bing. No, we're good. Diabetes.
What?
Uh,
I just saw a picture of Wilford Brimley. It said 3 words: Kit Kat lasagna. And it says 1 word: diabetes.
it didn't.
All
It didn't
right.
have a caption that says "I kill you."
Not yet. All right. So, guys, we've been talking a lot lately about a couple of shows that are on the Sci-Fi Channel, namely Face Off and Heroes of Cosplay. So, rather than throw this gigantic "What's up with you" at the end of the first half and just ramble about it, I figured, and Posey had this idea, but we're gonna have a segment about it. So we're gonna have like a TV segment. So whatever the hot show is that we're all watching at the time, like when Walking Dead comes back on, we'll have a little segment to discuss it. So this is our TV segment. Let's start with. Did everybody watch both shows, by the way, Face Off and Heroes of Cosplay?
No,
Do you watch neither?
I watched neither.
Are you okay with spoilers?
I am fine with that.
Perfect. All right, let's start with Eric Williams.
Okay. What are we going to talk about?
Well, just
Well,
talk about
okay,
the
let's-
show. I mean, like
Let's.
what we thought about the recap of both of the shows.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
don't you
like-
go through the highlights of what happened?
Yeah, let's
heard
start
something.
with Heroes of Cosplay because let's go from negative to positive, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, let's start with Heroes of Cosplay. Eric, tell us what your thoughts were, man.
Pretty much what I expected to evolve from the second one, continuing of showing they want to make show the audience which characters be going to become the villain of the show, which any reality TV series that's edited that way is pretty much making Yaya Han the main villain, the one girl with the boyfriend, the compulsive bitch that nobody likes. And I'm not saying these people, this is the characters that reality TV shows, they all have a certain kind of character. So you can see with this episode how they're evolving each individual character is the one who's not self-confident, the one who don't really know how to do anything. And I'm pretty sure they'll follow the arc by the last episode, 6th or 12th, however many they recorded, how everybody overcome their adversities in the end. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
So
Dynamic characters, yay.
I've worked through my problems, like me.
I feel
But-
so much better.
In turn, man, doing this, it's really making these people look like just really kind of shabby human beings in general, just their comments and the way they're being portrayed. So
Yeah, I agree. I think that especially the husband-wife duo, I don't
know if they're married. I think they're fiance.
No, they said that it's my husband. The one,
Which one is that?
the Asian guy, and then they made the Tron dress.
Oh yeah,
Scruffy Rebel and
I think it's her boyfriend.
I swear, man, that's her husband.
he better be for all the shit he's doing for her.
Wait,
man.
because there is a husband-wife team.
That's Yaya and her husband.
No, they're fiancés. They said the first is my fiance.
Well, Riddle and her husband. Riddle's married.
Which one's Riddle?
She was Hellgirl.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I think it doesn't matter. Anyway,
Yeah, they're
those two right there gave me a bad taste in my mouth about the whole thing because her attitude towards like it was not done. No, I'm so mad. I'm like, well, don't wait 3 freaking days before a damn con to make a light up dress.
Which she didn't make.
Exactly, and she lied about it. Apparently, I mean, if you take into whatever, and you know, I don't know. I think that girl who dressed up as Poison Ivy, like
That
what
was
the
crap.
hell?
that was crap.
Camel toe?
That was an awful.
That was the best
costume.
part of the show.
Her camel toe?
Man, her toes showing. I'm sorry. There were so many one-liners I took away from that show.
No, I just didn't. I mean, I didn't like the fact that she was like, "I'm just gonna do what the hell. If I want to be sexy, I'm gonna be sexy." She shows up her boobs. I'm like, yeah, but you're not attractive. I mean, you're not like. How old are you?
You're not
Like,
attractive.
how old are you? I mean, was she like 12? What the hell's going on?
I know. It's like
She's over 18. I mean, she's probably like 21 or something.
Well, the bad thing about this particular episode, another well-known cosplayer is Jessica Negri, and they portrayed in this episode that apparently her and Yaya Han they don't see eye to eye, and the way Yaya was giving comments, you don't really need to go over sexualization of costumes or cosplay, which most people who've seen Jessica Negri, she wears really provocative costumes. Between that and what's some of their stuff that happened?
There was the awkward conversation about how overweight people shouldn't cosplay.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was probably the low point of the episode for me. Like, they're sitting there, and I think it was Chloe Dykstra, who is rail thin and apparently just sweet as could be.
She the one who
She's on the
did,
Nerdist channel.
yeah, she
Yeah,
did the Veronica outfit or whatever her name is. She did the character from Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Lydia, yeah, I loved her.
And I didn't realize this at the time. She's actually, Eric just said she's on the Nerdist. She's actually Chris Hardwick's girlfriend.
Yeah.
that right?
She has her
Yeah,
own
she-
YouTube channel called Just Cause, where they go for conventions. They just do cosplay and stuff.
But she was apparently the only one there. And I can't say that. I mean, it is edited, but it seemed like everybody was like, and yeah, even Yaya said something
You
like,
can't edit the comments that came out of their mouth. I don't care who you are.
well, yeah, well, okay. Brandon Posey said, blame it on Ryan Reynolds. Green Lantern was a big piece of shit. What did I make? I made Ryan Reynolds was a big piece of shit.
What does that have to do with the show?
So I do
he's saying
think you
to
can edit.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think you can edit and make things very different.
Okay.
They didn't. That conversation had to take at least 30 minutes to an hour.
Well, did you hear?
And we saw a minute and a half of
Yeah,
it.
did you hear what Dykstra said? She said like that thing went on for like a couple hours, or somebody said that conversation went on for a couple hours, and we didn't hear all of what was said. We only saw 5 minutes of it.
Can be bad.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, okay, I've been a pretty large dude most of my life, and if I want to dress up like a damn superhero, that's my business, and it really should be for fun anyway.
Agreed.
This hobby is supposed to be fun. If you're just like, oh, I hate fat people, you're not going to be very popular, and you're kind of being an asshole. So
More than kind of,
But
I think.
I don't necessarily think they were all sitting there like, God, people that eat cheesecake can go die.
Well, who's the girl who did the Hellboy, the Hellgirl costume?
Riddle.
She is the one, and when the camera was on her, unless they CGI'd her lips to manipulate and put words in her mouth, she's the one that said, the way she said it, if you're overweight, you wouldn't mind, if you're a big muscular guy, dress as Superman, do Superman, but if you're kind of an overweight person, you would, she's not saying don't do it. What she was saying was just be prepared, because when you get out there in the social media and the interwebs, there's going to be some really cruel comments that can come your way. I totally understand the point she was trying to make, but the way she came across was, to me, it's just, that was the wrong thing to say, and everybody's been going after Yaya Hannah over her comments, but then she turned around and kind of backed up. I mean, it's shabby. It is shabby editing to make things. It's make more drama out of what really happened.
Mm-hmm.
But the Chloe, she was bringing up a good point. She said, "Why? Who is this all deity come up with these stupid rules? Well, it's all about having fun. Why can't people?" And then some of them was like, "No, it's professional. It's serious business." And then you hear comments like that. It's like, come on, people.
Yeah, we all know that's not true.
Yeah, I think if the show's going to go beyond these 6 episodes, which I don't see it going beyond, and I'm not a master cosplayer or anything like that, or a prop builder or anything like that, but I honestly think if there's going to be any kind of appeal to this show to keep it going, they're going to have to totally reformat this thing, because it's not appealing to fans, it's not appealing to the people who really enjoy this. I mean, it's just not it's not going over really well overall, I think, for most people, not everybody.
Well, they're shitting all over the target demographic.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, is they've totally got to restructure this show if they want to keep it going another year.
Think about it, though.
Okay.
Who is their target demographic? Do we really know?
That's a good question.
I mean,
Actually, you know what? Their
never know,
target
'cause
demographic
they could be sitting there being like, look at these weirdos that do cosplay. They're
What I think they're trying to do, over the past few years, just geek culture itself has kind of exploded and becoming more and more mainstream. And this is the way for them cosplay over the years too. It's really grown up. It's like, there's money in this if we can grab a hold of these people's attention, and they're just trying to capitalize on this growing thing in geek culture. That's all it is. They don't really. I mean, most people don't understand. There's a lot of people who watch the show don't get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily towards the people that actually do this cosplay stuff. It's to the people that like, so what is this all about? I don't understand.
Well,
right.
I have to say one last thing, and that one,
right.
and then the steampunk stormtrooper was freaking amazing.
Yes, he absolutely was. I agree.
Okay,
I don't agree. I don't agree with his comments he makes.
Well, no, but
I
I
don't
like
either.
that costume.
I don't agree. I still think the Draenei Shaman was the best thing out there, but apparently the backwards ass judging is going to come up pretty soon. So,
I still like.
all right, we got to move on. All right, guys, Face Off. Let's start with Sykes.
I tell you,
Talk
man,
to us about Face Off.
this is, I mean, I'm so glad my wife got me to watch this show, because it's just so much fun to watch. I mean, the hour goes by like, I mean, it's a blur. And it's just amazing to see these people work. But I'm so glad, man, that some of these people are getting called out on their silly mistakes. It's like, was it like Eric left the bolts off of the head, which I wish V or somebody like that would scold people like that. But I mean, it's like they had to do Frankenstein monsters from the future, and they just came up with some miraculous stuff like Bubblegum Head. I can't even remember her name. One with the really bright pink reddish hair. She can, I mean, having the umbrella being cast off of Tate's arm, I thought that was so amazing. But once again, it's like, God, what's her name? The little blonde. She looks like Tinkerbell. Laura. They've got to give her a win, man. It's like always a bridesmaid, never a bride. It's I don't know. It's upsetting. I wish they'd hurry up and give her a win, man. It's not fair.
The first time we've had that phrase used on the show.
Cool.
Hopefully it's the last.
Oh, hopefully.
Okay, if you say so.
What is that even? Why would you even say? Okay, whatever. Go ahead.
Okay, Laura's really good. Okay, when Laura was on the show, her original season, which was it wasn't last season, it was the one before, right?
It was just last season.
No, because Anthony won last season. He wasn't on the same season as her.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's season 4.
She was on the season with the twins and old Pinkhead. No, Pinkhead was last season. Anyway, I digress. She gets better as she goes. That's how she was the season that she was on the show the first time. And she's an impeccable talent. And I really think that with the quality of competition, she will level up before your very eyes and do some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
That being said, I didn't care a lot for the. I didn't think everybody did that amazing this week. There was a couple. I really think that Laura's group, as much as I hate to say, because I don't like Alana, I do like the girl with dark hair, who is also with them. That's
the tattoo across her chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. She did a good job.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think she's going to be a dark horse in this race. I think she may be the only noob that's actually worth her weight.
I would still hold out on that.
I'm a little tired of the teaming up the veterans and newbies. I'm waiting to see the one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are getting outed out at the beginning. It's like they don't even get a chance to show what they got because they've got to work with the veterans. Want to take control automatically because they know what they're doing.
Well, it's like Tate with that one lady who is trying to airbrush the female creature, and he's trying to tell her, no, the judge is going to hate that. No, it's not good. It's not right. And she just goes ahead and does it anyway. And guess what? She got blasted for it.
But that's all she knows how to do. She does the body mostly.
Right, and that's it. She's going to be gone when they go to a single comp. Like you said, when they do a one-on-one. I mean, she's going to go.
Did you guys notice that next week is a double elimination?
Yep.
I noticed that.
I don't like. I don't know. I wish they'd at least wait a little while before doing the double elimination, or maybe they'll kick off 2 people that really suck, and we won't have to deal with all like this. The newbie that's an older guy.
Mm-hmm.
He sucks.
Yeah, he's another one.
The one
who
that
can't
wants
paint.
to take forever.
Yeah, he's the one on the first challenge who was trying to paint, and even though the girl who got kicked off this time didn't do a good job, she was really trying to contribute on the first challenge, and he's telling her, no, don't paint it like that, and you got to do it like this. And then when the female creature went before the judges, it was uneven. I mean, they could turn her from one side to another, and they could check her profile and see who painted what.
He's the one that does all the makes a living selling like prosthetic stuff, like you buy Halloween stops, right? Halloween shops.
He's like in
it's
his 50s,
it's not the Wuchi stuff, but it's like the Wuchi stuff.
So every time he's applying paint or anything, I picture some guy. It's like maybe he's the guy that writes the instructions for the back of those packages because that's what he's doing. It's like you just do it like this now. It's like good grief.
All right. Anybody else got anything about Face Off?
I enjoyed it.
Posey enjoyed it. I think we're all digging it, right? Like everybody's liking the show.
Yeah, I won't remember anyone's names until it gets down to the good ones. Because there's like 18 or 16 people. It's way too many people to care about.
That's your beauty of the double elimination. We're cutting our way through those a little faster, I think.
Yeah.
Let's do something fun real quick. Let's say, who do you guys think? Pick 2 that are going to go home next week. We'll see who's right next week.
The painter, the one that the airbrusher, and Nashville.
Really? Okay. Sykes, who do you think?
The painter, like what Posey was saying, and I'm trying to think who else could go. Because they've already kicked another good one off. I think if Eric doesn't step it up, I think he's going to be the first veteran to go.
Okay. Williams, what do you think?
I agree with Patrick about Eric because I actually thought they was going to get rid of him this time when he left the bolts off. Like, you should know what you're doing by now and not to leave stuff behind.
Yep.
Him and the old dude, the one that we just talked about.
Okay. I'm going to go with, I think you guys are spot on with the painter chick. She's gone, dude. She's cannon fodder. And I guess for my second, I'm going to go with the older noob. Because I think if it's another group challenge, it's going to be somebody that rubs them the wrong way or vice versa. And there's going to be too much static to get anything done. All right, cool. So, guys, check Face Off and Heroes of Cosplay out. You know, it comes on, what, Tuesdays at 9?
Tuesdays, 9 o'clock before cosplay.
There you go. Watch those shows and you can know what we're talking about if you don't watch them already. Up next, we have Mr. Brandon Posey, who's going to bring you guys the Vitamin Geek Kickstarter of the week.
Yes. Well, this week I actually I do have two because one of them actually ends tomorrow at like 3 p.m. or which is today, I guess. But I'll go kind of quick with it. Yeah, I hear it too. I don't know where the echoes come from. Basically, the first one is called Marvelous Pet Heroes. It's whimsical comic book covers reimagined. So basically, this artist has taken like the Fantastic Four cover and made it the Cat-tastic Four with all the characters are cats. And then there's the Pug Vengers, where all the Avengers are pugs. And it has like Ant-Man. Actually, it's Goliath, I think. Thor, Iron Man, but they're pugs. Instead of the X-Men, you have the X-Frogs. So it's kind of cool. Again, it's a Marvelous Pet Heroes. It doesn't have very much longer to go, and it still needs about $2,000. But with a $25 pledge, you get all 5 posters of the covers, and they look really cool. And the other one, the one I really want to focus on is a card game called The Agents. It is a double-edged card game, meaning that when you play a card, it has a benefit for you and a benefit for your opponent. Or actually, it could be, harm for your opponent, but there's benefits or something. There's effects on each side of the card, so you have to be very strategic in how you play the game. They have already unlocked. Well, see, they needed $6,000 to fund this card game, and with 3 days to go, they've raised $216,000. So they've unlocked a ton of extra stuff for you. So when you come in at the base, you actually get many more games with it. Or not many more games, but many more expansion sets. And because of all the great interaction with the backers, the creator has also put forth what he calls a spoof expansion, which is it's an expansion, but all the agents or spies or whatever, are people like James. Excuse me again, sorry. Hiccuping over here. There are people like James Bond, Austin Powers, the guy from who was the guy from Friday, Agent Friday from Dragnet.
Dan Aykroyd?
Yes, Dan Aykroyd is one of the I guess he plays that character.
Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks.
You mean the original actor who played it in the 50s or 60s?
No,
Tom Hanks played Pep Strebeck.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean neither one of those things. What I mean is it's the character Friday, not the actual person. But anyway, basically, it's just a fun little expansion to play, so that you'll have some fun with it. I don't know how to better describe it. Let me see. It's Agent 86, which is Maxwell Smart, Inspector Gadget, Austin Powers, Archer from that show Archer that BSAP likes.
I love Archer.
Solid Snake, Spy vs. Spy, and Black Widow. I'm guessing that's Black Widow from Marvel, but I'm not 100% sure. But those are like the agents in quotations that they were voted on that are going to be in the game as like special playable character cards. It looks really cool. The artwork is very it's really different kind of artwork. It's like that old like Batman-y animated series kind of feel to it. But yeah, so that's my Kickstarter this week. The Agents with a side of marvelous pet stuff.
Woohoo! Cool. Thank you, Posey. Everybody check those Kickstarters out. We'll get those posted up for you on the Facebook page and our website. Up next, we have one little creeper named Patrick Sykes. And he's going to give you guys a little dose of Patrick's previews.
What's up, guys? Real quickly, just going to go through some stuff. We're getting to my favorite part, which is all the merchandising and the book stuff. So we'll keep it brief. Official Marvel Fact Files. These are fact files in a new weekly publication. Builds up to create a fantastic in-depth guide to the Marvel Universe, packed with info on all the heroes, villains, their weapons, vehicles, tech. Every issue features original cutaway artwork that reveals hidden secrets, detailed profiles of characters, history of the teams, timeline of Marvel's greatest battles, plus inside information about the history of comics. So this is going to cheap, Hosey, my man. Number one is $2. The remaining 3 issues after that, because it goes up to 4, are $6 a piece. And it's got a really nice free binder and divider cards with issue number 1. So that's a nice little goodie there for you. For everybody who loves, like I do, the Diamond Select toys, if you're a huge fan of Knight Rider, this is a nice little gem. It's a 1/15 scale replica of Kit, but it's Kit from the 4th season when he got Super Pursuit mode installed. So all the parts light up, extend out. It's got dialogue and sound effects. And that's $60. But I've seen these cars, man. These replicas are really awesome. And for all those who loved Mego figures when you were growing up, like I was talking about a long time ago when we got started with all this, that the flood of merchandise from the Batman 66 series is coming. Well, folks, it's almost here, because about the end of this month, you should start looking at Toys R Us for the action figures. I know they've already released if you're a Barbie doll collector, because there's lots of people out there that are. They've already released the Batman and Catwoman Ken and Barbies. They're releasing official World's Greatest Heroes, and they will release Batman, Robin, Batgirl, and for the very first time, Alfred Pennyworth will get his own Mego action figure. And let's see here. Next up,
Give me that Riddler.
yeah, it's coming. I'll let you know.
All right.
And for those who are Captain Action fans, I actually have the deluxe version, and it's actually really cool. This is an action figure. If I haven't mentioned it before, it was back from the 60s. You could, get accessories, which are totally different outfits, all the weapons and everything, and just kind of like put a mask kind of thing over the head. It's actually pretty cool. They're releasing Iron Man and Wolverine, and I know at some point they're going to release versions of Batman and Superman, but I still haven't heard anything concrete about that. But those costume sets go for $20 a piece. If you get the standard Captain Action, he's usually around $19.99. Every so often, Toys R Us will have a sale. You can possibly get him for $15.99. And I was telling Corey about this the other day. I don't have any Bowen design statues, but I really want this Wolverine. It's Astonishing Wolverine statue. It's going to be going out in October, and it's going to be $230, which I would gladly pay. It looks like it's more of the Cassaday version from the X-Men comics. Yeah, it says right here. It's from depicts Wolverine as he appeared in Joss Whedon, John Cassaday's Astonishing X-Men. So if you really love that title and how he was drawn by Cassaday, which that's one of my favorites, this is an awesome statue. I mean, he's just holding up his claws, just giving you that growl look on his face, saying, "I just dare you." And for Posey, they've got a great 13.5-inch tall Green Goblin statue, strictly limited, and it's coming out as well. Should be about the same price. And for my man, Mr. Ben Hawkins, the Mass Effect 3 Geth Pulse Rifle full-scale replica.
I approve.
Is on its way, folks. It's going to be available only in the U.S., and it's going to be limited to 500 pieces worldwide. Scheduled to ship next March. So save your mega bucks if you're a Mass Effect fan. I'm sure it's going to be worth it. I don't care if cosplayers say you're supposed to make this yourself. This is a really awesome piece of merchandise.
Well, this is the one that you hang over the mantelpiece.
Yes, this is the one that you wish worked so you could actually use it. And a little quick, kind of off the beaten track little thing. I don't know if how many of you get updates on Amazon when they have Blu-ray deals of the week, but I got a notification for all you Star Trek fans. If you do not have the Blu-rays of the original series, they are going for $33.99 a pop. and that is an absolutely superb price because the list price is $80. Highly recommend you jump on these. The season 2 of the original series is extremely hard to get. They've been out of stock of that several times and rarely get any new stock in of that. As well as they also have a sale on the next gen Blu-rays, which are going from they're going at $49.99. That's $20. No, that's $10 cheaper than you can get them on the week that they originally released them, and they're out on sale. So just a heads up, you will want to check this out. It's a very awesome sale. It's up to 62% off their regular prices. So I would definitely recommend checking that out. And next week we will finish off the merchandise and some really great Blu-ray horror film DVDs that are coming out just in time for Halloween. So back to you, my man Corey.
Thank you, Patrick. Very good.
Yes, sir.
Amen to horror films around Halloween, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, guys, we got you a special treat, and that is Eric Williams, who's going to bring you guys something creepy from the VG Vault.
I wouldn't necessarily call it creepy.
Kooky, mysterious, and spooky.
How about majestic?
Totally doesn't fit the theme, but go for it,
No,
bro.
it doesn't fit the theme, but it fits the theme of a certain part of a man. And that man is Tom Selleck. I'm hearing an echo.
There is some echo going. Where's that echo coming from? Okay, just go ahead, Eric. It's cool.
Anyway, this week is 1984's Runaway. Anyone?
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yes.
It stars,
Simmons.
yes, Tom Selleck starring in this near future, which is way out of date to today's standards. A police officer who specializes in malfunctioning robots. When a robot turns out to have been programmed to kill, he begins to uncover a homicidal plot to create killer robots. The main villain of this movie is also played by Kiss, well, some people call him frontman, Gene Simmons, which is his only movie to be in.
What? No, dude.
Well, has he been something else?
He was in a movie called Trick or Treat. Not the really cool one, but one with Ozzy.
Didn't Kiss have their own movie that they made?
Yeah, they
We're
did.
not talking about that. That shall
Well,
not
you
be
said the
named.
only movie he was in.
That we're not going to name that as a movie. We're going to name that as a piece of garbage.
We're
It
gonna
was
need
a piece of garbage. I agree. It appeared on film. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it. Was it
Star
Psycho
Child
Circus?
or something like that.
Star Circus? I don't know.
Yeah, Star something.
Well, this was his first movie, so may not be his only one. Quest for Peace. This came out the same time as the Terminator. So the biceps of Arnold was apparently just too much of a powerhouse to take over the majestic mustache of Tom Selleck. So in the future, we have the larger than necessary robots doing the jobs for the humans that are tired of doing. And when they screw up, Tom Selleck is here to use his awesome authority he has in the police force to shut them down, but usually destroys them. These robots, before they do more harm. Has anybody else seen this before I go any further?
I have seen this, but I think it was called Bubblegum Crisis when I watched it.
Bubba Gump Crisis? What?
Bubblegum Crisis. I'm
Really?
sorry, it was a
Bubba
joke.
Gump Crisis, dude.
Yeah.
That's great.
Got shrimp soup.
So nobody
Shrimp
here watches
taco?
anime at all?
Got
No.
crazy robots
Okay.
in there.
Was this really
Sorry,
based off an
joke
anime?
was targeted to the wrong audience. No, there's an anime called Bubblegum Crisis where a bunch of chicks take out service robots that go rogue and start killing people. Sounds exactly like the same plot.
Okay. Let me go further in the plot to see if it's even more similarities.
Okay.
Let's see. For example, some of these robots to start off with, there's field bots for corn crops, house bots which do dishes, and constructive bots. They stack things wherever you need them to stack. And there's office, whatever. Just pick a
Like
place
Wall-E.
and put a bot next to it. Pick a place. Now Tom Selleck has another job of fending off spider bots, which were designed sadistically to kill people at will of the Gene Simmons character, which his name is Luther, but for some reason they keep calling him Lucifer the entire movie. But Selleck better fend off Simmons' crazy magic bullets, which contain an explosive in each one of them, which is it's really fun to look at these old movies and see the technology that they really thought was going to stick around.
Mm-hmm.
The VCRs, for one. In this time frame, the VCR was going to be attached to your doorbell. So when you're not home, you can make a video recording.
Yeah.
Let's see where it was. I am losing connection here.
It's kind of like on Alien where they have the screen that's the old monochrome computer screen.
Yes.
With the supercomputer that runs a spaceship is a monochrome. It can only print out text.
Right.
So.
Okay. Sorry, I was losing connection. I got everything fixed now. Well, this means, but it's the plot. It's kind of ridiculous. They don't hold up well. It definitely don't hold up well today. One plus by this movie, the music was done by Jerry Goldsmith. Y'all familiar with him, Patrick? You might be.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, he's worked on Legend, Alien, The Omen, Chinatown, Basic Instinct, Star Trek, Gremlins, and I mean, there's way too many others to choose.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons was an interesting choice as a bad guy who apparently was only chosen after seeing him and his like a dead stare at the director Michael Crichton, who's also a best-selling novelist. That was his only thing to get him hired in for this movie. It also has Kirstie Alley, and yes, you get to see her in a strip down scene. This is back when she was very young, not the blown up Kirstie Alley, now. Yeah, couldn't help it. And it's also for people who've only seen Flight of the Navigator. No, that's a classic.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. Yes, it is.
This movie also has Joey Kramer. He plays Tom Selleck's son.
That's right. Man, I forgot about that.
I mean, all in all, it's an interesting, weird tale. The future with robots, robotic bullets, and robots running amok. But the fun was on a very average during the whole film. It's a little more than corny, jumping, exploding robots, and remember, and what it's up to with all the sparks at the end credits are the welders above them repairing an important job or whatever interesting to see. Kind of makes no sense, but this kind of movie, if it's a rainy day on a Saturday, you're sit down, throw a little popcorn, watch this piece of cheese. So,
that is a great plug.
Anything else? Thank you. I thought about it for a while. I actually wrote it down too. So yeah, that's my pick for this week. 1984's majestic mustache, which is known as Runaway.
Majestache.
Yes. Hashtag Majestache.
Awesome.
If you want to be a little more disturbed, dude, my mom's got a total crush on Tom Selleck.
He's a very handsome man, dude. I can kind of agree with her.
My mom did for years too. She watched all Magnum PI.
Well, I think we need a future episode on who in Hollywood our moms have crushes on. That would be so fun.
Granted, Tom Selleck is actually a very underappreciated actor because a lot of stuff he brings in. I know he's done a lot of TV movies now, but a lot of things he brings for even this movie, as cheesy as it is, he brings like a really interesting, like his character is like somebody you enjoy watching him act.
Yeah, it's like no matter. I mean, you're completely right, and I'm glad you
classes
pointed that
up
out.
the joint.
Yeah, because like he never phones in a performance. I don't care how menial it may seem to others. That man never phones it in. He's always on top.
Oh, and to bring my quote earlier, which I know nobody got, there is a scene, and I just watched this the other day too. There's a scene in the movie where this one robot runs amok, which looks just like an overhead projector that you saw back in school back in the day. So they send what is called a floater into the house. And for some reason, it's just hilarious when Tom Selleck stands up and says, "You got that floater ready?" Because I personally immediately think of the little red white floater for fishing, but I mean,
right.
So, yeah, check it out. Runaway, 1984, mustache.
All right, thank you very much, Eric. All right, guys, did we have any listener interactions, Eric, from Facebook?
No, we didn't. What's up with that?
I got a couple on Twitter. Let me read those real quick. Mainly to do with cosplay and hatred for that show. All right, you know what? Screw it. Let's go. All right, guys. I think we are going to forego What's Up With You tonight because we're running a little behind.
What?
Yeah, we're a little behind. But anyway, we're gonna take a little break, and we are gonna come back with our two guests, Goldie Fatale and Andie Noir. We're gonna talk to them about slasher films and low budget horror. Stick around, guys. Hey everybody, this is Corey Keelan from the Vitamin Geek podcast. Just wanted to let you guys know real quick, we have our own YouTube channel now. It's called Vitamin Geek TV. You can check that out by going to youtube.com/Vitamin Geek TV. On the channel, you can check out every one of our episodes that we record from now on, along with a slideshow that I've created with pictures of our guests and things like that. Also, we'll be doing some supplemental videos of events that we go to and people that we meet along the way. So check it out. It's youtube.com/Vitamin Geek TV, and please subscribe, guys. Thanks. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around. We're back for our second half of the show here, and we have two very special guests with us tonight. We have Andie Noir and Goldie Fatale. How are you guys doing this evening?
Doing great. How are y'all doing?
Fantastic. So that was my first lame question. And I guess you guys are not only actresses, but you're also producing films, right?
Yeah,
Producing, directing, and all of it.
acting, everything.
Just the whole shop. You're like the whole Hollywood all in one.
We try to be.
That's awesome. How'd you guys get involved? Like how did you first start out? Kind of developing your acting careers and working on films.
You want to go first?
Yeah, because it's kind of like it's two different paths. We just kind of Andrea and I crossed paths. Andie, sorry. We crossed paths when we were working on a film together for Flickering Candle. It's erotica, and we were their screen queens, which means that we would go to all the conventions and sell the movies, and we were the faces on their website, and we got to be friends and just kind of started talking. We're like, I've always wanted to like write stories and direct, and she's like, me too. And so we kind of went from there. Before I worked with Flickering Candle, I was like, I ran a home health company, and I did promo modeling on the side. I was like a Jaeger girl. And I just met the director of that film out somewhere, and he was like, hey, do you want to be in a movie? And I was like thinking, okay, whatever, porn. But it wasn't. It was a real script he sent me, and that's how I kind of went from just being a promo model to an actress. And then Andie, however, I'll let you tell her story, but she's kind of always been an actress. So
I started acting at a really young age, right after I finished high school and I was in college. I was founded by Wilhelmina first, though, as a model, and encouraged to go into commercials, and took acting lessons and different acting coaches with them. And I tried out for my first feature film, which is Legend of Crazy George, and it happened to be a horror movie. And when I received that role, I loved it so much. I had so much fun. I always had a love for the genre itself, but that kind of sparked my interest in pursuing more into the horror world. So I went on from there, and I've done numerous independent horror movies over the years now. And I moved to Los Angeles, and then when I moved back to Nashville, I took a hiatus for a little bit, and thus the director from Flickering Candle found me and united me and Miss Goldie here, and from there, the rest of our history, I guess.
That's awesome. You guys really do seem to have like a really unique chemistry. So you can kind of tell that you guys enjoy hanging out with each other and working together. I think that's something really cool that not a lot of people have, and especially in that industry.
I think what we found actually working together is that we can get things done very quickly because we know what the other one's thinking. I don't have to tell Andie. She's great. Andie is actually really good at special effects, and so when we've had other special effects artists, I don't really think that they get what I'm trying to get them to do. I don't have to explain to her the level I want or what I want things to look like, and so we move a lot more quickly, and we can work with script ideas because we do kind of have different things that we like in horror. I have a long history in horror too. My dad owned a video store. I kind of left that out, like how I got into horror. And I used to watch all those old horror movies, so I've seen like everything. And I come from more of the old school perspective of like, things like Tales from the Crypt, the anthology stuff. Andrea loves like all the Italian movies, the more gory stuff. But those two things, when they come together, makes gives you the best of both worlds.
It's a nice blend.
That's awesome. You mentioned the video store. I mean, there's like nothing more nostalgic for me than think about the video store and like how much better the covers of movies were.
Yes. VHS covers are amazing. Goldie and I both have a huge VHS collection actually here from her dad's video store, and then from me working at various video stores and whatnot, and we just love it. I'll never get rid of my VHS, I know, just for the covers alone.
People make fun of me too. They're like, what do you do with that? And I'm like, whatever. And I'll go to even now, I'll go occasionally to 99-cent stores or thrift stores and find the old VHS, and I can't stop myself. I'll still pick up, and we've got probably 200 or 300. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Eric, you got a question, man?
Yes, I do. Give me 1 second. This is a question I was asking around when I went to the Fright Fest section of Phantom Fest this past last month or whatever. And I was asking, what is Face Off? JJ, that's his name?
JR, I thought.
But I was asking him, and I'll ask you guys. at times, and it's about, like Walking Dead and a lot of horror shows like American Horror Story. What is y'all's take? Why do you think it's become so popular now? Because for a while it was very hard to get the horror genre to get like mainstream television shows to take off. So I'm just curious what y'all's opinion would be.
Is that for us?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'll make sure before I answer, because I was about to just bust in there. I believe it's because people have been waiting for something like this. When Walking Dead, American Horror Story all first came out, I know that the television agencies and whatnot were wondering if it was going to take off or what people would think about it. And when it blew up, they were shocked. But yet, I think it's because people like to be scared. A big thing about the human nature is the adrenaline rush that we get when we watch something scary. And that's why no matter how bad a horror movie is, when it comes out in a movie theater, look at the numbers. The first opening night's always off the chart. And I think people are always wanting to see something new in horror and waiting for that. And it's like a guilty pleasure. That's what I like to call it. 'Cause we don't get enough credit in the horror business as taken seriously as a format, but yet the numbers don't lie. I mean, we have a cult following, our genre. So,
and I think, so I was going to wait to say this because, okay, coming from someone and like what I do full time is marketing. If you look at things kind of circle around. And the 80s was a great time for horror. Think about the 80s and all the great movies.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I think the 90s things kind of pandered out, and it's just that time. The time is right for things to come back, and then also we can get away with a lot more on public television, on like broadcast television now. You could show a lot of that stuff maybe in the 90s or whatever for the rules, but now we can get away with more, and so you can show more horror-oriented things because obviously, they're a little more graphic than say How I Met Your Mother. So
right.
Not the same show.
I agree.
But that being said,
Absolutely.
you feel I really like that horror because horror has always been one of my favorite genres, that and sci-fi. But now that everything's becoming more mainstream, do you think this is going to affect the direction horror goes? Because in the 80s, it was slasher kind of dominated. Then you moved into the 90s, early 2000s. It kind of took over like torture porn, what people sees. But where do y'all see it going now, though?
I think it's become more political almost. With movies like The Purge that came out, and more movies even like The Strangers, more this home invasion or You're Next. That's what just that. It's become a lot more political, more mainstream in the sense of current news. I think they're trying to keep up with that and make it more like a reality almost, because let's face it, reality television is taking over the world. So it's almost like they want to make it so real that you feel like when you're watching the movie that this did happen, or this could happen, or this is happening. So that's the way I look at it.
And there's there's been a lot of, I guess the trend right now, like you mentioned You're Next and The Strangers and The Purge, but there are so many like found footage possession movies right now.
I think that's going to fade out though. It's been going on for too long. I think it's
I hope so.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love a good ghost story, but those are just too over the top and boring for me.
The only one I could recommend that came out that has to do with simple, it's not really found footage, but it's like ghost story possession, would be The Conjuring, because it knocks back to classic roots.
Right.
And it don't really fall into. But other than that, everything else it's like, all right, man, that's enough.
He's amazing. James Wan, who directed it, I've been a big fan of his work for years now. And I think he really did the Warrens and everyone justice with that then.
He's like a master of
Suspense.
Yeah, like he does a good job at building suspense, but his jump scares.
Oh, he's known for that. Yeah,
they're so good.
Oh, definitely. The first time I saw Dead Silence, the crawl space scene. Oh, it gives me chills just thinking about it.
I like his visually, and you can ask Andie about this. I'm really big on sets. So even though we're very low budget, I will go way out to find, like I've had us drive 8 hours before.
Yeah.
Up a mountain to get to a 100-year-old cabin to film. So I'm big on that. And when I watch his stuff, like the sets and the props and everything he uses is so visually stimulating, and I love looking at it.
It's the creep factor. It's how creepy it really is.
Yeah.
It's so great. And so that's what I like about his work. The story itself, when I'm watching it, I've seen stuff like that before, whatever. But when I look at the way it's shot, where it's shot, his camera, that's what makes that movie.
When they do stuff like that, the the location, the props, and everything, that they almost in essence become another character and part of the story, making it even more creepy, which is the really awesome thing about it.
I totally agree, and that's what we always think about with our things as well.
Hey, Sykes, you got a question?
Probably have to ask, like, and this probably may have happened early on, I don't know. What was probably the point in your career of doing all this? Did you ever have a time where you're like, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing?
Just what I'm really supposed to be. I've always felt like it was this is what I was supposed to be doing. When I was a little girl, my last name is Collins, my real last name, we all know. And if you watch Dark Shadows, the family's name is Collins. So when I was a really little girl, my father was a big fan of Dark Shadows and would watch it. And he would tell me, oh, well, Barnabas is your uncle, trying to be funny. So I was the little kid in preschool going, I'm going to be a vampire when I grow up. And everybody kind of looked at me as the weirdo then. And I didn't understand why. I thought it was normal. I thought everybody in my family were vampires. I thought that was just where it was. So I kind of feel like this is where I'm supposed to be as far as horror and acting and being these wild, over-the-top characters. It's a great way to get out all your frustrations at the end of the day, actually.
Oh, I'm sure once you got all your energy into the characters and you're done for that, it's just like, you guys, you're just so mellow. What's up? We've been working all day.
Exactly.
you guys, what's the most favorite project you ladies have worked on in your career, you think?
I'm going to say, honestly, I'm very, very excited about our new project, Bloody Marys. Man, I mean, all of our footage got stolen, but, I mean, visually, it's, I think, the best work that we've put out. It looks so good. We had the great actors. I feel like everything was finally, coming together the way it was supposed to. We had great actors. The set was great. We had a great editor working with us, and the camera work was good, and I was so happy with everything. Not that I don't like The Grindhouse Sleepover, not that I don't like other things I've just acted in, but this really was something I was proud of. So it was fun. It was fun. Right. I was pretty devastated when all of our footage got taken, but I'm okay with reshooting, and I'm really excited and proud of that work. So
I'm very proud of that too, as far as our piece of work of us doing a Fatale Noir production. Bloody Marys is definitely going to be the one that we've been waiting on, actually, because she loves anthologies, like she said earlier, like the Tales from the Crypt and the Crypt being her favorite guy in horror. I think we're really proud of what we came up with of our own little spin on it and our own little Twilight Zone, meets Hitchcock, meets the Crypt Keeper, like Tales of the Crypt, the Dark Side, just every little bit of it. Like, it finally is really, really coming together, and the fact that we also decided that I'm directing one and writing one, she's directing and writing one, and we're encouraging our other friends who are independent directors and writers to come to us and to do one, and we're going to produce it, and if they want us to act in it, that's fine, whatnot. So we're really getting into that aspect of it. As far as anything I've truly acted in, my favorite piece of work would probably still to this day be Legend of Crazy George, my very first one. I love it, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here today. So,
gotcha.
Big props.
Thank you.
Ben, you got a question?
I do. I have never acted in a movie, but I have done a few haunted houses, and I've done both sides. I've done building the set for the haunted house and acted as a spook in the haunted house. So I was going to ask you, personally, my favorite part of it, I mean, I enjoyed both sides, but my favorite part was actually building the sets and planning out, how everything's going to go and what it's going to look like, versus the acting. So I was going to ask you, which is your favorite piece? Do you like putting it together, or do you like the acting better?
I'm laughing. This is Andie. I'm laughing only because I know what this answer is going to be. We talk about this every day of our lives. Mine is acting. I've loved acting since I was a kid. I mean, I enjoyed the production value of it. It's been a great because I really love special effects. But I am a true actor's actor. But I know what Miss Goldie's going to say right here.
I really like being on the other side of the camera. I really enjoy because I was a photographer for years, and so what I like to do deep down is almost really cinematography work. Because a lot of times I'm directing and I like see that person with the camera and I'm cringing because I'm like, I could do it better, I want it like this. Maybe it's not. Let me show you how to do this and ask her. You can ask Andie. I've grabbed the camera and I'm like, no,
That's the way I feel when someone cuts my head off. Like I could do it so much better.
And I do. I will say this. I do enjoy acting though. It's not that I don't, because there's something that's really. I usually play a bad character, and I love it when I get the opportunity to actually be the character all day on set and just be crazy. Like I'll pump myself up before, and you get to make that kill, and it's fun. So it is fun to be an actress. So I'm not saying like don't ever cast me again, because that's not what I'm saying. I just don't know that I like those long leading roles that take 3 or 4 months. Like I'm doing that right now, and it's like you can ask Andie, it's killing me sometimes because I'm like I want to be behind that camera, So.
This is awesome. Posey, do you have a question?
Sure. What is your favorite Ryan Reynolds movie?
Oh God!
You knew it had to happen.
He needs to take his shirt off then. Hello, Emmy Vilhara and Blake. What?
Hey, you didn't ask it right. You got to say Ryan Reynolds.
I don't have to say anything. Shut your mouth.
He's Canadian.
Listen, I asked my question. You guys need to just chill and ask your questions and not bother my questions. I believe one of them said Blade and Emmy Vilhara.
Emmy Vilhara.
No, I didn't say that.
Goldie didn't answer. That was Andie.
I'm going to give you the answer, and you're going to laugh at me. But he's in this movie. I don't remember the name of it, but I really like it, where he talks to his daughter about his wife or something. You know what I'm talking about? The one, it's some sappy romance movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh
yeah, he's like
yeah.
Wait,
He's
what?
telling his daughter how he met her mom.
I don't know, and I don't even remember how it ends. But
How I Met Your Mother.
No.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
He's really a very attractive man, but he's not in very many good movies.
Anything with his shirt off. That's what I'm like.
Take your clothes off.
Interesting.
You know what's funny is we asked Posey the same question. He gave us the same answer. He said anything where he takes his shirt off.
Ah,
I actually said anything where he takes his pants off, but
We were being kind.
That was an excellent retort. I like it. So I guess Eric and I met Andie in Atlanta
yeah.
at Days of the Dead.
Yeah.
So you guys do cons a lot. I saw that you did the other Days of the Dead in Indianapolis. How do you guys like doing cons? Is that something you're into?
Oh yeah, that's how we really got our start as far as our fan base and networking. If it weren't for conventions, we definitely wouldn't have the following or the support and the love that we have. So we have to give a lot back to the conventions, and the conventions are a great way, not just for us to network, but I love the fact that we get to meet a lot of our fans and different people and just see what people have to say. Go ahead, Goldie.
I mean, I agree. I did the one in Chicago, and you don't realize how much people even pay attention to you just on Facebook. And I put up that I was collecting money for my brother's trip to India, because he goes to India every year in May, and he works with a leprosy colony. This is actually true.
Yeah.
And he builds wells for them, houses. He brings all of his clothes, and then he leaves that he's going to wear on the trip. Then he leaves them there for people to wear. My brother's a great person, and I put this on Facebook. I collected hundreds and hundreds of dollars for him, checks, money, and they're like, "Man, you were so glad to help you," and I was like, I could cry now. It was just so sweet. So
That's awesome. Okay, so on the subject of cons, though, Has there ever been, and you don't have to like throw anybody under the bus, but
Oh no.
has there ever been anything that was just so batshit crazy that's happened at a con that would just make an interesting story?
That we've done or someone's done to us?
Either or.
Wow, so many things. So it's like
I'm like, no. Conventions for us, and this is how I tell people when they meet us, it's like a vacation for us horror celebrities where you work your butt off on these movies all year round, and then finally if you get a break and get to go to one of the conventions. And we don't all live in the same places. Half of us are in California and half of us are on this coast. And when we all actually get together, the parties can get kind of crazy. And just like what you don't see even at the VIP parties, what's going on, it can get kind of wild. It's like a frat party sometimes at these conventions. I think that's the good aspect of it. It can be a really wild, good time. But then you do have your other sides of the convention. I'd say my only horror side of it, and no pun intended with horror, but being an actress, and we are in these roles that we portray, very sexy women, or you might be a nudist or you might be in a sex or something, men you can get a lot of stalkers.
Oh, I've had that problem bad.
So
They forget you're a person.
Right, that could be the downside of conventions is if you have stalkers show up and whatnot. But I've so far, knock on wood or whatever, nothing too extreme that we couldn't handle.
Yeah, that would be true. And as far as crazy things that happen at the convention, I plead the fifth. And sorry,
no, I think it was more like you drank it.
Yeah, actually, I don't remember. What are you talking about? I remember nothing. So.
You guys, do you guys have any upcoming con appearances that are coming up the rest of the year?
Right now we're organizing that. Actually, I was just talking about that earlier as well. Going over my calendar with her. We definitely have Days of the Dead. Will be coming up in Chicago in November. We always support Days of the Dead and going to be there if we can, no matter what, with them. So we definitely are looking forward to that again. And as far as one before that, we're negotiating right now about where we might show up, because we know there's a lot of things coming up in September and October, and we will definitely let everyone know as soon as we decide.
And we have our own party coming up October the 19th. This is one of the things I was talking about that's keeping me so busy, and what am I trying to get everything put together, but we're re-releasing the Grindhouse Sleepover. So this summer we did a couple basically I've been extremely busy because I have a filming schedule right now where I pretty much film all the time. So it's really hard for me to go to conventions until October. I'm pretty much booked with that. But October the 19th, we have our premiere. We're re-releasing the Grindhouse Sleepover. We did a rush edit, basically, so we could sell some at a couple conventions we went to. And we're going to re-release that, and then we're going to show it at the premiere, which is a pretty big deal because it's going to be sponsored by Spider Energy and Nashville Nightmares. Nashville Nightmares is one of the top haunts in the country and the #1 here in Nashville. Tickets are very affordable. They're $25, and we're gonna also let a couple other people premiere their films, or have a little small film festival, and let a couple other people premiere their films. We're negotiating with a couple of interesting people you guys might want to see at the show.
Definitely.
We've got some nice guests that are going to come.
Some other horror celebrities.
Maybe some people you guys will know are going to be there, and
very recognizable.
And it's called the Midnight Carnival, so we're going to have some really cool burlesque sideshow acts. I've got a gypsy that I've already booked who's going to be there, and she's going to have a really interesting act she's going to do. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and you can buy a 2-for-1 ticket and actually go through the haunted house before you come to the party. Waizy, he's going to be there.
Right. It's going to be a big, huge party, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be basically everything you can get at a convention in one night. That's how we want to make it.
It's the after party without all the pre-party stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Straight to the good stuff.
Exactly.
Straight to the best part, yeah.
Straight to the good stuff.
This sounds amazing. I think we're going to have to make a road trip, guys.
Do it.
Has anybody else got any more questions?
I have a funny question.
I know Eric's got at least one more.
So this is actually for Goldie.
Who?
How was it to walk around Fandom Fest painted in full body paint for all day?
Not as fun as you might think.
I wanted to come say hi to you, but every time I go over there, it's like, gosh, she looks like she's having a ball. I'm just going to not bug her.
Does it look as much fun as it was, my friend? It's actually, okay, that paint, now we did kind of a slap job for the show, just to kind of get it on. It takes 4 hours when I'm filmed. So I get there, for instance, on set at 7 a.m., and 4 hours of makeup because it's a latex body paint blend that is all over my entire body. And then the blue outfit you saw is like it's not my regular outfit. It's one of the things I wear. I have 2 or 3 different things I wear. And that outfit that I had on, it's the most covering. That's why we went with that one. But it's actually a corset, and like those little superhero panties have got like sharp little thingies all over them and sequins, yeah. And so it's extremely uncomfortable. Like I'm not gonna lie, and then I've got a wig on my head all day. So I just hope you guys enjoy it.
You're suffering for your art.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing. All right, cool. Where can folks find you?
You can either find us on Facebook, of course, Andie Noir, Goldie Fatale. And besides our profiles, I know everybody complains we're like maxed on our friends. We both do have fan pages on Facebook as well, which are like pages. And also, we're both on Twitter, Andie Noir, Goldie Patel as well. And then also I'm on Instagram under Andie Collins. And you can find us on YouTube. We have YouTube channels.
Lots of YouTube stuff up. So.
All you have to do is Google our names again, and the YouTube channels will pop up. IMDb, mine's under my real name, Andrea Collins, of course. So basically, anywhere right now, we're working on our website as we speak, which is going to be called
13th Floor Flicks. Yeah.
I always get that wrong. For me, for some reason, it's a tongue twister. But that's going to be actually premiering too in October. So there'll be a whole website that people can come to and not only be interactive with us and find out more info on us, but also we'll have Bloody Marys, our web series on there.
The Grindhouse
Sleepover, and other various movies. It's going to be basically like YouTube.
Hulu. More like Hulu, actually.
Right,
yeah.
But it meets FearNet, meets Chiller, but of our own little spin on it. And it's just for independent filmmakers.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, really awesome.
For real.
And we'll post all that info on our Vitamin Geek Facebook page.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so who's ready to talk about movies?
I am.
All right, let's do it.
I am too, Corey.
Yeah.
Hey, Corey.
Posy's ready.
Corey.
Hawkins is
Corey.
ready. Everybody.
Hawkins
Yeah.
has to
I'm
go,
ready.
unfortunately.
Hawkins is ready to leave.
I'm
Go to
sorry.
bed.
I'm sorry. Got things
okay,
to do,
buddy.
and then I have to get up early.
Me
But it
too.
was really great talking to you guys, by the way.
Nice
Meeting and
talking to
about this.
you.
Not man.
But we'll see y'all later.
Goodbye,
See you, buddy.
Ben.
See, that's the way you make an exit. Brian Wallace needs to listen to this episode.
Oh, leave him alone.
Okay, I'm just messing. All right. Okay, so Goldie and Andie, the way we do our top threes, we go one at a time from like third to first, and then we kind of just like go around the table so that everybody does one, and then we kind of discuss it a little bit. It goes pretty fast though.
Okay.
All right, so let's do top 3 slasher films. Let's start with you guys. Your number 3 slasher film.
Our number 3 slasher film. You want us to say it together or us do them separately?
I don't think we'll have the same ones. We'll have to do it.
That's either way y'all want to do
Okay.
it.
This is Andie. I'm gonna go with Black Christmas.
Ooh, good one. Tell us why, just like briefly, why you like Black Christmas.
We're watching this years.
Shut up, Posey.
I remember watching this, like, I think I was in high school, and it's the original I'm talking about. And I was just blown away, because I love the whole fact that he was in the house the whole time, and that whole aspect of it just really, the creep factor went straight up. And again, I'm a huge fan of old 70s, going into 80s horror movies, so that's my pick.
Cool. And original, of course,
Original.
not the remake.
No, not the remake. I don't like remakes.
Yeah, that is a shining example of why people don't like remakes. All right, Goldie.
The original Psycho, because I love Alfred Hitchcock. And it's the
Awesome.
first slasher movie ever.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the genesis right there.
I mean, unless you go back to the 1930s.
Well, okay, but let's not go back there. Let's just go with Psycho.
Okay.
All right, Eric, number 3, man.
1987 Stage Fright.
Ooh.
Okay.
Please, nobody's seen that, have they?
Never
I have
seen-
some
I'm
things
not-
for it right now.
Remind me.
It plays on the classic tropes, and like an old mental patient escapes, and hey, crazy guy escapes from the hospital. What's he want to do? He wants to kill some thespians. Thespians, if anybody just mispronounced that.
Okay, I might remake that.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of the overtop kills, but the one thing has this 80s synthetic pop. It's just ridiculous soundtrack, and
Yeah.
also the killer is wearing a giant owl's head.
What?
I have seen photos of that. I have. Yeah.
We're on our tablets right now researching. What?
Yeah, Stage Fright. It's an Italian. It's an Italian.
Yeah. I've
Hitchcock
seen
Stage
pictures
Fright?
From it.
No, just Stage Fright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're talking 87, not 50.
Yeah, 87.
Got it.
Okay.
Stage Fright Aquarius.
Oh, also known as Deliria, apparently.
What, Stage Fright?
Yeah.
A lot
What
of
the
Italian
poster
movies
says.
do have 3 different names.
Released as Stage Fright Aquarius.
Yeah.
Aquarium. Never mind. Sorry.
Well, I was thinking the same thing. It was thinking it was playing in my head, so I'm picking up what you're putting down right there.
That's weird.
Sykes, number 3.
It's got to be Chainsaw Massacre, the original.
Yes! Oh, sorry, I got excited.
That movie, hey, man.
Oh, we appreciate the enthusiasm, believe me.
Yeah,
It's
that
one of my
movie
favorite
was so
movies
freaky.
ever.
That movie was so freaky the first time I watched it, and just
Definitely.
totally creeped me out. And then I had to go back and watch it again because someone said, "Oh, it's not really that gory." And I had seen, Friday the 13th and
Right.
those others, and I went back and watched them. I was like, "Yeah, they're not kidding." Because you don't see what's his face in the wheelchair really literally get hacked to pieces. You just
Yeah.
see him miming the movements and the actor reacting. So it's like there's not a lot of necessarily gores. To me, it's more like shock factor.
Oh, yeah.
But the movie just totally creeped me out. And then when I found out what real life case it was based on, then I was really even creeped out even more.
Which one, Ed Gein? Or...
Yep, Ed Gein or Gein, however his name's
Ed
Ed
pronounced.
Gein.
Ed Gein, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's one. Woo.
And the
Really?
one thing about being an actress, I have to say, is that I grew up that being one of my very, very favorite horror movies. And I've been in a movie with Gunnar, and I've been in 2 movies with John now. So it's pretty awesome when you get to actually perform with your idols,
Right.
That's awesome.
Groovy.
My mom still talks about that movie. Actually, it's funny you bring that up because my dad took her to the drive-in to see it when she was in high school. And she had to have him take her home early because she couldn't even sit through it. Apparently, she still talks.
Man.
Oh, it's a horrible movie.
Well, it's weird because the remake I didn't think was that bad. I thought it was actually pretty decent, pretty. I thought it was pretty good. But the first one is just like, that's a hard movie to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Especially when
again,
you're
a lot
from a hick town like I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably used 1 coffee mug full of blood for that entire film.
Yep.
It's theater of the mind shit like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That's just really,
That recruits you out even
really
more.
good.
Love it.
It's like Psycho too. You don't even really see Norman Bates stabbing her in the shower. You just see flashes of it, and you're just like, "Whoa, this is so brutal."
What you don't
but
see.
then you look at
What your mind portrays. It's
Exactly.
all worst thing ever.
exactly.
Well, it's like she was saying about Psycho earlier. It is a classic film. I love that movie. I've read the book several times. And when you watch that, that knife's never penetrating, but in your mind, the way it's cut, you think it's happening.
And it's so much more effective that way.
Yeah.
Cool. Posey, number 3, man.
Let's see. Well, honorable mention will go to Jason X.
What?
Horrible.
Get off.
I didn't make fun of y'all's lists. So I would appreciate.
Okay, Diva, let's go.
Hey, shut up, Eric. I didn't pick some
I love you,
obscure
buddy.
Italian film.
Hold on. I'm really happy for
somebody's
you,
got
and I'm going to let
classes
you
join up.
finish that list.
Anyway, I'll go with the original Halloween for number 3.
Yeah.
Just because yada yada, it's a good movie, scary,
It's got William
so
Shatner.
on. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing I
Much
can
like
say
Texas Chainsaw, there's very little blood in it as well.
there's nothing I can say about it that hasn't already been said. So,
Excellent choice, sir.
Awesome.
And you know why I think that's an excellent choice? Because that's my number 3. Halloween 1978.
Oh yeah.
John Carpenter. Freaking excellent movie. I think that the franchise started going downhill basically in the sequel, but I still like them. I mean, they have a charm about them, but the first one is just so freaking good
Oh yeah.
because Michael Myers really has he doesn't have any of the sister crap or I gotta wipe out my family or I'm brought back by Thorn or what all this crazy voodoo shit. It's just a good movie about it just freaks you out because there's just a guy in a mask walking around stabbing babysitters.
Breathing heavy.
Simple.
Yeah. And breathing very heavy.
That's funny that you would bring that up.
Well, the pot calling the kettle. But so nothing. But yeah, it's realistic, until he gets shot like 6 times or whatever and gets back up. But aside from that, it's just a really well-made movie. And hearing Mr. Sandman after you've seen that film, you will never think of it the same again.
Perfect.
All right, Goldie and Andie, number 2.
My number 2 is going to be Sleepaway Camp.
That's a good pick.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that one.
What an amazing finish.
What a twist was that?
That totally wigged me out. Didn't see that one coming.
It was awesome.
What happened? I've never seen it.
Some M. Night Shyamalan shit there.
I don't think he's got the balls to do that.
I think Shyamalan wishes he could pull that off.
Yeah,
What did you
exactly.
pull off?
Have you really not seen it?
No,
Oh, well, spoilers.
I don't care.
Spoiler
You've
alert,
already
but this
spoiled
old
all
movie.
the other movies.
Andy, do you want to tell him?
Okay. Spoiler alert. So if anybody's not seen Sleepaway Camp, please put it on mute right now.
Well, it's been 30 years. So
And Goldie's yelling, penis!
There's a penis.
The whole time you're thinking this innocent girl who's a mute is going to be is actually the killer, and it's not a girl, it's a boy.
They show the penis. There's penis everywhere.
You know what? I don't know if it was the fact that the penis shocked me or the fact that she'd been making out with the one little boy.
I think that's what got me.
That's what got me.
Like, what?
That whole scene just freaks me out. Not even because of the nudity, but like
Is the penis,
the
wasn't it?
pose.
Oh, yeah.
Like, well, yeah.
It's so weird
Yeah, it
because
is.
he is just standing there like
She.
and I'm like
The she-male.
It.
Shim.
Shim.
Old Shim was
I
standing
had to
there.
wait on it for 2 years at Blockbuster. I know what I'm talking about.
What?
All right, very cool. Goldie, what's your number 2?
Well, I'm not sure if this is a slasher exactly, but I think it is because it's like so hard to qualify that. But I Sit on Your Grave. Very important distinction here.
Whoa.
Not the first one.
The original.
No, I don't like the original. I like the remake better. The original is softcore porn. The remake is hardcore. I'm gonna like slash your ass up for screwing around with me.
That I haven't seen. I haven't seen the remake.
It's really good.
It's good.
Even I'll be like, that's a really good one, actually. We watched it together, and we were like, dang.
I was like, oh my god, I can't even watch. But you have to, so you got your hand over your face with the fingers open, going, yeah, it's pretty.
Okay, lady. So you've seen the remake.
Yeah.
If I remember, now, is the bathtub scene still in this remake?
No.
No.
They can't do it. Mm-mm.
Oh man.
But that's the thing, like, we both agreed that we're just like, it's almost like when we watched the first one, she almost was asking for it. And I hate saying that considering the situation and all, because rape is something a woman doesn't ask for. But in the remake, you definitely feel very, very uncomfortable.
No, it's
And
horrible.
trust me, she does a lot worse things to me than that bathtub scene.
Yeah, it's way more graphic, and when you watch what they do to her, you want her to kill them so much. You're like,
you
they're
are
horrible
rooting for
to
her.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I want to say that Eric didn't we watch that?
I think so, but I can't be certain.
I don't remember. I remember renting 2 movies from the Red Box and then being incredibly depressed because one of them was I Spit on Your Grave, and then the other one was something really sad, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but just freaked me out. That movie is super brutal.
Yeah.
Either way, it's up there.
All right, Williams, cheer me up, please.
Another one for me is The Burning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Partly because I have kind of a man crush on Tom Savini. Tom Savini.
Tom Savini.
Savini. Love Tom. Good friend.
And the cool thing about this movie, man, it was banned in the UK. Mostly because of Tom Savini's special effects. The gore was like too much at the time. This is 1981, by the way.
Right.
It's like similar to Prowler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's your classic Scooby-Doo story, man. Summer camp caretaker severely burned by prank gone awry and returns revenge, man. Get those damn kids. But
not to mention
what?
Of Seinfeld fame, George Costanza is in that movie.
His first film. Good job, man.
The funny thing about this movie is the first half of it you're watching, you don't really know if you're watching a horror movie or the sequel to Meatballs 4. I mean, but then it picks up, the killing starts. Like, this is pretty good.
Till you get to the raft scene.
That's a really good description right there, yeah.
But it echoes a lot of classic Psycho, too, once it picks up.
Mm-hmm.
This would be like what Scooby-Doo mystery would be like if it was adult.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If the ghost actually cut somebody's heads off, man. With garden shears.
I'm telling you, them shears are awesome.
All right, Sykes, what's your number 2, dude?
Number 2 would be Nightmare on Elm Street. The original, because the remake sucked.
Oh, yeah, it did.
That was, once again, I got into horror movies when I was about 11 years old, hence the video store. So there would be days where my mother had to, she used to work for BASF Corporation, and she would have to do sometimes work on Saturdays, and they had a really nice, meeting office room, for big meetings and stuff, kind of like what we have at TVA, but, you get your big 32-inch TV on the 4 rollers and the VHS machine. So she'd take me by the video store, and we'd rent a lot of horror movies. And that was one of the first ones I watched that just terrified me to death. I mean, I had the hardest time going to sleep. If I ever heard a little screech noise, I honestly thought Freddy was coming to get me, I swear. That was just so stinking freaky. And then when you watch that Never Sleep Again documentary and they go over it again, it's like that just reinvigorated me. I'm like I had to watch it again on Blu-ray, but it still creeped me out to death. It's still one of those movies that still just creeps me out. And I love the fact you don't really see Freddy full on his face for pretty much most of the movie. You really don't see him that clearly. And to me, that's the best one of all of them, is that one, because he's not punning a lot, if any. It's just so incredibly scary. And that glove is just, that was like one of the most original things ever to come out of a horror film. It's just so undeniable. Once you see it, I don't care who you are, you know who it's related to, you know what it belongs to. Awesome. And Heather Langenkamp was so hot.
that is an amazing movie, and I think it still holds up, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's got some of the most amazing imagery of any film from any genre, really. I mean, if you watch it like any kind of Salute to Tinseltown or something like that, you'll see the little clip of him holding the glove up and saying, "This is God." That's such an amazing visual. Like everyone needs a T-shirt with that on.
And the
it.
fact that it's Johnny Depp's first movie, he still acknowledges it, which I think is absolute kudos to the man. It's absolutely awesome, because Bacon does not really acknowledge Friday the 13th.
Right.
I think it is very classy of Depp to acknowledge that. And what better way to go than getting pulled down into your bed and regurgitated back up?
Awesome.
That was pretty
awesome. And the fact
awesome.
that they got a rotating set, they just flipped that thing upside down.
Posey, number 2, buddy.
Well, my number 2 is a movie that came out in the 90s. It features a prominent a telephone and a voice.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
It's what?
Scream.
No, it's not. It's actually Yell.
What?
Yell.
Yeah, what the hell is Yell?
Just kidding.
I love Scream. I'm glad you said that.
I think I like Scream because it took the genre and kind of like very tongue-in-cheek made fun of it, but didn't make a parody movie like, Scary Movie. I mean, that movie was very much like I'm making fun of all the horror genre, but yet was still, it was very self-aware, and it was still kind of scary. So
I agree. I love the fact that one of the characters is a horror buff.
Right.
And I think that put the comedy in it for all of us, and then all the trivia in it too. But yet, Wes Craven still, definitely.
Whatever happened to that guy? Remember that dude? He used to be all these shows.
Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah. That's
What just happened?
What?
Jamie Kennedy
Didn't
happened.
he
Yeah.
have like a show, like a Ashton
Jamie
Kutcher?
Kennedy
Yeah,
experiment.
Yeah,
And then he dated Jennifer Love Hewitt, and that was the end.
What did he eat? Did she eat him or something?
Yeah, he did him.
Pretty much.
Nom, 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 nom.
All right, good pick, man. All right, my number 2, I went with a film from the year of my birth, 1981, The Prowler.
Ooh, that is good.
It's Joseph Zito of Friday the 13th, Part 4, Final Chapter fame, and you can tell that this guy has a lack of a better term, a hard-on for gory kills.
Gets it done right.
Absolutely. I just like that the antagonist is just wearing this like army garb, and he's kind of it's kind of like the Michael Myers thing. He's faceless, you know. That's just when your killer is faceless, you can project whatever you want onto them, you know, in your mind's eye, and I think that makes for a really, really cool villain. And the kills are amazing.
Tom Savini did the effects for that one, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
That was when he was at his height of, I think.
him and Zito were homies.
Yep.
And it was filmed for $1 million, dude. Holy shit! You know what's funny? It actually came out on my birthday,
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, that's
November
nuts.
6th, 1981. It came out on my birthday. That's crazy.
Okay, now-
I didn't even know
Now the
that.
nightmares can begin.
There's no nightmares, man. You see my basement.
Yeah.
All right, we are back around to Andie and Goldie for their number ones.
What? All right, my number 1, I have to give a shout out to, I think when we say slasher films, what happened for our generation, Friday the 13th. That's my,
I'm clapping. The first one?
Which
and
one?
Tom
The first
Savini
one?
did the makeup for Jason, so the first
Yep.
one. Well, but which one's my favorite? Okay. My favorite one would be part 3 because I love Disco Jason.
Jason Boogie.
Heck yeah, and it's in 3D, baby, and it's the first time we actually get to see the mask. And my dear friend who passed away this year, Mr. Richard Booker, played him.
He was
And
nice
yeah, and it's my favorite to this day.
It's
So,
one of the scariest Jasons.
so I love that one. All right, you guys ready?
Excellent choice.
guy. Ready?
Here comes Goldie.
Yeah.
All right. You've probably never seen this movie, but I like it. And I was doing my research. I was like, oh yeah, I love this movie. It kind of makes me sad to watch it though. But Midnight Meat Train.
Oh, that's a great one.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Edie Jones is hot.
I had that on a T-shirt.
That's a great movie. And it always depresses me. I don't know why I watch it because you know, I'm not going to give anything away, but
Oh, I've already done spoilers.
it's sad.
It's a Clive Barker movie, right?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not happy. It's absolutely devoid of fun
Yeah.
and happiness,
I know,
but
like,
it's
I forced myself to watch this. It's so good.
I think I'll
It's Clive Barker's mindset, man.
love
that dude. He's kind of scares me to the point where I
Everything
don't
he
know
makes
if
is like just depressing and death, and you should hate yourself for watching this. It's what he wants you to feel.
that movie, like the tone of that movie, like the colors they chose for everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's all that really like subtle, dreary blue and gray.
Mhm.
I think that has a lot to do with why that movie is such a bummer, you know? Because you just never climb out of that.
Fair.
That's a good pick. I'd forgotten about that movie till you mentioned it. Eric, what is topping your list, bro?
Top of mine is another Friday the 13th, Part 6. Jason Lives,
Ah.
which is the pinnacle of the Friday the 13th series in its wonderfully cartoonish form. My favorite scene is when Jason is revived by a bolt of lightning, which was very, very frightening. And yeah, I couldn't resist.
Oh, I have it.
But really, I mean, a lot of people didn't like Part 5, so they wanted to infuse like a really dark sense of humor without sacrificing scares and gores, kind of make up for it. But it's not my favorite of the series, but it's one I really hold up there, like just the
Universal style.
yeah.
Yeah, he was really influenced by like Frankenstein and kind of he wanted to keep, like you said, a sense of humor, and that's one of the movies that I can watch anytime, and it's just it's fun. I'm gonna laugh at it. I'm gonna enjoy myself. You know, that's one of those like I don't know. I could a background movie. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I could put it on in the background and I know what's happening in every scene, and it's just a classic, man.
If you haven't seen any of them, I would say to see this one for sure.
Absolutely.
The one I haven't seen. I think it's important to note here. Andrea and I have a funny story. The only movie, like horror movie, Jason like to really scare me. We were up in Kentucky shooting Holy Ground, and we put that like the last Jason movie on. Remember that? Remember the last Jason movie they made? Whatever. We were watching it.
Not the remake.
The remake.
Oh, the remake.
We were watching that. Yes, no, but here's why. There was some. We're out in the middle of nowhere in this.
We are in a cabin in the woods for real, just
and
like
we hear somebody. I'm dead serious. We start hearing people, and they were way off primitive camping right down the road.
Now I remember you talking about.
I swear to God, I went outside with my high heel shoes ready to kill Jason. I was gonna go. I was gonna win.
That was pretty funny.
I was scared to death though, for real. I knew Jason was out there. It was ready to come and get us.
We were scouting and we got to stay in these cabins out there. It was just me and her. And so my big plan was, I was like, guess what I brought for us Friday 13th because we're camping in this cabin. Yeah, so I kind of set us up for that one because it was kind of scary. Yeah.
Technically, that's a necessity. If you go camping and have access to a television, I think everybody should do that. Sit home late at night and just stay up and watch Friday the 13th.
Exactly.
Well,
especially if it's actually the 13th of the month. It's even better.
Oh, yeah.
AMC, here we come.
Sykes, what's at the tippy top of that list, dude?
Well, you know, the one, the only Halloween. I saw
the remake, right?
God.
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I had a little come up there. I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
He had a little come up.
Yeah, a little regurgitation there for that. Yeah, the original, always scary. And let me tell you, if I ever play that music in my house and my wife hears it, I am one step away from being skinned alive. I got her to watch the first Halloween, the first Friday the 13th, just so she knows what we're talking about. And those movies scared her so bad. If you just, she just hears the music, she starts to freak out. She could be dead asleep. I could be, flipping channels. As soon as that music comes on, bam! You better change that channel. Change it now. I mean, it's just like, okay, sure.
Love it.
But yeah, that's one of those early films that just creeped me out to death. And once again, it's not, doesn't have to have a lot of gore in it. It's just has to be, it's just freaking scary, man.
Oh yeah.
Got that white faceless, shape going around everywhere. Just freaky.
He moves forward with purpose, but without showing that purpose. He's just like a unstoppable force that just keeps moving.
Yeah, and I think it's so ironic that it wasn't Nick Castle who played the Shape for most of the movie.
Yeah, the first
that
one.
Nobody can copy it. Nobody's better at playing it than him.
It's that blank mask, but it's his face that's shaping it too.
The Captain Kirk mask.
He's the one that had the most emotionless eyes too.
And just come to think, Captain Kirk's the one who's scaring you the most.
Oh yeah.
I can understand that. Posey, what's your number one news?
Well, I had to think about this for about 12 seconds. And the answer, obviously, is probably the scariest movie that came out in the 90s.
Green Lantern.
No, that came out in 2000 something.
Oh.
And it's not scary. It's not scary at all.
Well, I saw
No,
it.
this movie stars a very sexy Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh Lord.
Brother.
We're talking about what you did last summer.
I'm absolutely talking about. I still know what you did last summer better than the original.
What?
I love the movie. It's just you're like, man, is he the killer? No, it's the other guy. What? I thought they killed that guy in the first one, but no, he's back. Dude, talk about your twists and turns. This thing was amazing. I was on the edge of my seat. Anytime that I hear that music, I'm just like, whoa. It's scary, dude. It's scary. I still know what you did last summer is my number one pick. I can't even begin. I can't even begin to tell you how it changed my life.
Very interesting. Hey, true story about the first one though. Like, I watched it at a friend's house shortly after it came out on home video, and dude, I had to drive home by myself, and I was so scared of the frickin' fisherman's hook being on my door. That old story scared the shit out of me, man. That was a great movie, and the horror movies that came out in the '90s all had these really cool like hard rock soundtracks.
Urban Legends.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, Urban Legends made me check the backseat of my car all the time, especially when turn around. You know, the whole eclipse of my heart came on.
I get lit.
I know, right? Oh.
All right, my number one, again, a film from the year of my birth, and that is Friday the 13th Part 2.
Oh.
How did I know?
I can't believe that any of you three didn't know that.
I didn't know it.
For those who don't know, and everybody on here knows, Jason didn't have his hockey mask.
Nope.
Jason was a hillbilly. Yes, he had a sack over his head with one eye hole cut out, and it's terrifying. It's still I love hockey masks. I think they're great looking in all the films, but I still think that's the scariest version of Jason that I've ever seen. And the kills in that movie are insane. Even though there's a lot of people that say it's a lot of it's like a rip off of Mario Bava's Bay of Blood, like the spear kill.
Right.
And it is,
Heavily
arguable.
edited.
Yeah, it is. Well, but I mean that kill is directly in Bay of Blood. But dude, okay, machete to the face in a wheelchair going down the stairs. That shit is real.
Yeah.
I love that movie so much, and I finally met Steve Dash. I had seen him at cons for years and years, and I was always scared to talk to him.
Oh,
Well, it's because I went to Monster Mania in New Jersey, and he was there, and they were doing a Jason panel, and somebody said something, and he kind of got mad about it, and I was scared to meet him because I was like, oh man, he's gonna be mean to me. But my wife and I met him in Nashville at what was that last con?
Was it Full Moon?
It was Full Moon, yeah. So I was like, let's go meet him. There's not like a line or anything. Like as soon as Norman Reedus left the con, I think everybody who was there basically left. But I was like, let's go meet him. And I walked up, and he had his iPhone out, and he's like, hey, do you know how to upload pictures from the iPhone to Facebook? And I'm like, yeah. Because at some point he asked me what I did for a living. I was like, I work on computers. And he's like, oh, can you upload this picture to Facebook? And I'm like, for you? Sure. So he's like, I got an autograph and stuff. And he's like, nah, man, you don't have to pay me or whatever. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. And so he wrote to Corey the Dick on my autograph picture. So I got my new nickname, the Dick, from Steve Dash, which was
Awesome.
an amazing con story for me. All right, so we got a bunch of slashers. Let's see what you guys have for low budget indie films. Let's go with Andie first. Let's just keep the same order.
Same order. Well, I didn't know exactly like how low budget or how indie you wanted to go or whatnot. But it is an independent film, and I love it. But it's from Europe, it's from France. It's called Martyrs.
I've heard great things about that movie.
It's amazing. It is amazing. They say they want to remake it here in the United States, and I'd heard it one time they thought about Jessica Biel for it. I was like, no, don't ruin it. No, not her. But it is an amazing, amazing movie with lots of twists and turns and an ending that you never saw coming. And it's very graphic, very graphic.
Awesome. Goldie?
Have you guys seen, and I have seen this movie a zillion times, Ask Andie, I'm obsessed with it. Have you guys seen Sushi Girl? I love this movie.
I have it in my Netflix queue, but I haven't watched it.
Watch it tonight when you get done because it's amazing. I love it. It's really good. And the scene, I don't know how to, what happens is these guys, this gang of guys get together and they rob, they don't even get into that. They rob something and they have all these diamonds. And the one guy goes down for it and they are trying to get out of him where he put these diamonds. And there's a twist ending and it's it's very kind of Tarantino and it's just great. Love it.
And it stars Mark Hamill.
And Tony Todd. And Tony Todd's in it too.
Absolutely. If you've got Luke Skywalker and the Candyman,
exactly.
That's a winning combination.
From Never Story.
Oh yeah, Anna Krayu.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Eric, what is your number 3, man?
So when low budget indie, I mean,
I think we were just kind of going with like less than 10 million.
okay,
Because
this totally falls in that category. And this is like, well, sometimes the best scary movies are the free ones. So if you want to see this film, you can find it on YouTube. This is a short film that I was turning to a while back. It's called The Tale of Haunted Mike. Tell me. Then,
I want to see this now.
What's it about?
it's a short film about a. It's this one guy. He buys haunted objects off eBay and turns around and sells them.
it sounds like a show on Sci-Fi.
It's only 11 minutes. It's only about
Yeah,
12,
right?
12 minutes wrong. 12 minutes wrong. 12 minutes.
Why are you-
wrong.
It's contagious.
Shut up. Don't make fun of my list.
Light lice, you
You
click.
can make fun of me, but I can't make fun of you. I call
Yeah. No, I say that's correct terminology. So go back to your
correct terminology. That makes no sense.
Well, it
So wait,
came
what
out of
was
my
it?
mouth.
Was
That
it
make-
Magic Mike?
No, yeah.
Magic
yeah.
Mike?
Google Magic Mike special
Brother
properties.
White,
No, it's the
we
damn
wait.
it, the Tale of Haunted Mike.
I'm gonna watch it later.
It's only moments. It's one of those they try to bring back classic horror movies. It's like horror really isn't meant to shock you. It's meant to like kind of creep you out a little bit. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's total. The guy did it. I think from what I found out, it's like a couple $100. It's pretty good. You can find it on YouTube. The Tale of Haunted Mike, 12 minutes long.
That's awesome, man. All right, everybody, check out Tale of Haunted Mike and Magic Mike if you want to. But it's not a horror film. Sykes. Yeah.
Right?
If you don't like wieners, it might be.
I
Sykes, what's your number 3, buddy?
Blair Witch.
Dude, yes.
Blair Witch Project.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're cool,
I just got
dude.
excited.
I mean, it was an awesome movie. I mean, I was really skeptical about it when it came out, and we went and saw it in the theater, and that was a pretty awesome movie. I will tell you. I mean, for next to no money, and of course, for me, the ending is probably creepier than most other, in your face graphic type endings. For a
Naked
film.
person staring into the corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
But yeah, that movie just totally creeped us out. I remember the guys turned around and had to go back and had to watch it again, and we even got it. We even managed to get it at Chattanooga State when I believe it was October of that year when it came out, and had a ton of people in the auditorium to see that. And once again, just one of those great movies where you have to see it with a huge crowd of people. People just getting creeped out and walk me to my car. Because I mean, you got the teeth and wrapped up in the shirt and which are just certs. And I mean, just when they get to the house, and
Is that what they were?
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they were just certs and with some fake blood in there, which I think may have been tomato sauce. But I mean, it's like just what you don't see is so much more scarier than what could be right in your face.
The one.
Well,
Go ahead.
oh, go ahead, Eric.
I was gonna say the one thing that really helped that movie work is back when the Sci-Fi Channel was the Sci-Fi Channel before Sci-Fi, they did a 2.5 hour special
Yeah.
of documentary. I mean, they had a bunch of people that you interviewed. They tried to make it legit as they possibly could, and it got people really curious. I'm like, and people actually bought in. It's like maybe it's actually true. They're going to show people actually being killed.
Yeah, I think
But-
that was the first movie that really took advantage of the internet to market and promote it.
Yeah.
And
That was an absolute hype machine. When I went to see it, there was a little boy standing outside the theater. He's like, "Man, they didn't even show the perpetrator." And I'm like, "What is he talking about?" But I mean, you heard all this shit on the way to the movies. You heard people really dying. This is all real. It's
Oh yeah, great PR work by them.
absolutely like it is the first viral campaign I know of that really was super successful and made a movie that, I mean, really isn't that well done into like a huge beast, and it's just kudos to those guys because that was really smart.
Yep.
They should have stopped after the first one, just saying.
The second one was weird. It was like a real movie, and I didn't care for that. But I guess it's the natural progression. You couldn't do another found footage Blair Witch, Posey, what is your number 3, dude?
My number 3 goes back to the year of my birth.
Woohoo!
If I was born in 1997,
If I was,
Wait, what?
which I wasn't born in 1997, so this is actually the year I was born. No, mine is a movie called Campfire Tales.
I love that movie.
Now,
Yeah,
this is a 1997 one, not the 1991 one. So I'm not sure which one you guys are referring. The one I'm talking about only has 3 stories instead of 4, and one of the stories is about the guy who breaks into the people's house with a dog.
Yes, that
one.
one creeps me up to this day.
Yeah, that one still creeps me out, and I haven't found it anywhere. And there's like no information on Wikipedia or even IMDb about
Really?
it. Like when you go to Wikipedia, it even says like 97, but then when it takes you to the 91 version of the movie, which is
Yeah, it does.
different.
Is that the one that has Cyclops in it?
I believe it does. I don't know.
James Marsden, is that his name?
It's been a very long time since I've seen this movie.
I think it has somebody from Hey Dude in it though.
Hey,
I don't know any Hey Dude except for the theme song.
No, Christine Taylor, dog.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know Christine Taylor.
Yeah.
She's-
Married to Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Oh, Marsha.
Yeah.
It has Ron Livingston in it. You know who that is. He was just in that movie we saw,
Yeah.
The Conjuring.
James Marsden's in that Cyclops. You're right.
That's the only thing I don't even think I've ever seen the movie, but I remember the cover.
Yeah.
It's like kids sitting around a campfire, right? And he's one of them.
Actually,
Well,
he's not one of them. He's in one of the stories, I think.
Well, Optic Blast,
Maybe not.
damn it.
I don't know. Well, Amy Smart's in it, and yeah, a couple of bigger, like I don't know, not big names, but people that you would know.
Kind of the latter day Brat Pack.
Well, I wouldn't even call them that, but yeah, I mean people that are familiar. Anyway, that's fine.
Cool. Okay, I went with kind of a comedy for my number 3. Hey now.
You said we had to pick horror movies.
No, it's a horror movie.
Uh-oh.
It's a horror comedy.
Uh-oh.
Don Coscarelli and Bruce Campbell, Bubba Hotep.
Yeah.
Fantastic pick.
That's my favorite. I think about that as being indie.
Yeah.
It's filmed for $1 million.
Wow.
It only grossed at the box office like 1.2, I think. But hey, breaking even is just fine because then you have your DVD sales and merchandising.
Oh yeah.
And Ozzie Davis, is that the guy that plays his friend in the nursing home? I think his name's Ozzie Davis.
JFK.
Ozzy, yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, dude, he was awesome. That movie's just fantastic.
He's more than awesome. He was surprised when he came on there. It's like, wow, it's okay.
It's such a good balance of horror and comedy. And who doesn't love Elvis?
Exactly.
So my Tennessee roots right there.
Exactly.
Can I just say one of my favorite lines in that entire movie?
Oh,
Sure.
It's that some big bitch cockroach, man. It's like,
that is a great line, man. That is a great line.
All right, Andy, what is your number 2?
My number 2, I'm going to go with something that's a little bit more recent because I thought it was a great idea and they came out with it. It was one of those, I wished I came up with that idea because it's so simple and perfect. VHS.
Yeah, that's great. Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I watched that one. I forget how I watched it though. I think it was. Has it been on Netflix already?
It just came on Netflix.
Okay, I watched it somehow and I liked it. Now some of the segments I felt were way better than others.
Exactly. No, I do too. I just love the whole idea, like the concept of the whole movie, how they put it together was brilliant.
has anybody seen this part 2 yet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
we
yeah.
saw it like as soon as we could. Yeah.
Is it good? I haven't seen it yet. Is it good as the
Oh,
first
I
one?
loved it.
Better even.
Yeah, it is better.
So crazy. It gets almost. Oh, it's good.
It's over the top awesome.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Awesome. Goldie, what's your number 2?
Well, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this movie, and there's a couple movies with the same title, so I'll have to clarify. There's a movie called Savage, and in this movie there's a young girl, and this is really low budget, but there's a young girl, and she's walking home from work, and her boyfriend picks her up every day, and he's running late, and he gets her, but it's not him, it's some other guy. And this guy happens to be a serial killer, and he does kill her. And then she wakes up, and every day he kills her again. Over and over and over.
Sounds like a really evil Groundhog Day.
Right?
It is. The ending is so, like, great. I love it.
Awesome. Savage, right?
Savage.
Eric, what's your number 2, man?
Number 2 for me is the original first one, The Evil Dead. First of the Sam Raimi trilogy of zombie movies.
Yeah, I mean,
You can't get more low budget than that. So,
What movie?
Evil Dead.
Dead.
What movie?
filmed in Morristown, Tennessee.
I was about to say that. I was about to say it.
The movie just came out, and it was definitely not low budget.
What?
That was the remake.
Yeah.
Wait.
Which did you guys?
There's a remake?
Yeah, Andie and Goldie. Did you guys watch the remake of Evil Dead?
Yes.
What did you think of it?
Amazing.
Yeah, I liked it. I actually did like it. I was impressed that it kind of like it was its own identity. It wasn't actually a remake; that it was its own movie. And I heard later that it was supposed to be that way because they're going to be doing part 2, and because what happened at the end, if you watched after the credits, kind of gave that away about how they're doing a part 2.
Bruce Campbell's going to come back as a zombie.
He's going to join forces with her.
He's going to suck through a time vortex again.
Exactly.
Hey, just another note.
Groovy.
I was one of the people that had to see the movie again to really like it. The first time I was like, some mixed feelings. But if you see it now on DVD, oh my God, it's the unrated. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I really wanted to go with you guys to see that, and I saw it a few weeks ago on DVD, and I just went to the bedroom, popped it in, dog's up there with me, and I'm watching the film, and dadgum, that thing creeped me out.
We had somebody puke in our theater. That's pretty awesome.
Lovely.
Well, they were drunk though, so
Yeah.
Well, still.
I was checking doors. I swear my front door opened and closed. I was freaking out, man.
Awesome.
Baby.
Sykes, what is your number 2?
I hope this is what's considered low budget, but Dawn of the Dead.
Oh yeah,
The original.
definitely. Yeah, it was.
You know, I think that was actually the first zombie movie I ever saw.
Night
Wow.
Was Dawn of the Dead. And that's when I really started to want to know how they did the effects. And of course, that's another Savini masterpiece along with Romero. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. Got a perfect blend between, humor and horror.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a $650,000 budget in 1978. Box office was $55 million.
Wow.
That is a kick-ass movie. I'm not even going to argue it because that's such a kick-ass movie.
It
Groovy.
We'll go. We'll say it's low budget, high grossing.
Thank you.
Posey, what's your number 2, man?
Number 2 for a measly $15,000. A movie that got millions and millions and millions of sequels.
Green Lantern.
No,
Listen,
no more Green Lantern.
dude, Green Lantern does not have a sequel yet. So,
And won't.
but if Eric said it, it must be true. It's Paradox, so he does
It
have
is.
sequels.
I am a Time Lord, don't forget.
That's not true. No, I'm talking about Paranormal Activity.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Now, when I made this list, I didn't make a list of my 3 favorites. Just 3 that I think did pretty well with being low budget.
Right.
Well, actually, Campfire Tales didn't, but I did like that one. Anyway, but these next 2 I did. That's the way I did it. And then, come on, you spend $15,000 and you make like $67 million box office, and then you make 4 sequels.
Well, and the original,
I could have made that movie $15,000.
the creator though, didn't they sell it to Paramount?
They did for $60,000 or something. But even then, I mean, you've already made your money 4 times over.
Yeah.
I mean, next to my number 1, there's not a movie that's done it better than that.
And I think honestly, that movie is the best of that series, and it did scare the shit out of me, man.
Yep.
I had to I was actually house sitting for someone, so I was in an unfamiliar environment, and they didn't have an alarm, and the whole time I had to talk to one of my friends on the cell phone until I got up in bed, covered up. I was like such a baby, but
Yeah.
it achieved its goal. It scared the shit out of a grown ass
You
man.
put flour on the floor so you could see if any demon dogs were walking in your house.
Hell no! I don't want to see that. If it's happening, whatever, dude. Just take me quick. I don't want to see it. All right, my number 2. I kind of went back old school.
No.
I don't know how many of you are familiar with Herschel Gordon Lewis.
Did you make candy bars?
No. He did make a lot of splatter films though, and it's kind of like the godfather of gore. 2,000 Maniacs.
Oh, I love it.
It's filmed on an estimated $65,000 budget, which I don't know conversion rates and inflation, so whatever. But it's a kick-ass movie, and it has a very kind of grindhousey sort of low budget feel to it, and that's part of the charm. Has everybody seen this movie?
Oh yeah.
What movie?
I have not.
2,000 Maniacs.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh,
I've seen 12 Monkeys.
you got
That's a good one.
if you're a true Southerner, you've got to have seen it.
Yes, it is very southern.
Everybody tells me I should have been in it for my accent alone. So.
Absolutely, right down to the theme song.
Right.
The South's gonna rise again.
Love it.
There's kind of a pseudo remake of it with Robert England, and it's called 2001
That I
Maniacs.
saw.
And I enjoyed it too. I think it's got Kane Hodder in it. Robert England is kind of the big baddie,
Yeah.
and Lynn Shay, and a little cameo from Dr. Mambo or Eli Roth in there too, just for funsies. But yeah, 2000 Maniacs is definitely cool. My dad actually got me into that one, so he's like, "You got to see this movie. It's so crazy, man. They cut up a girl and eat her for barbecue." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm down." Cool. So we are back around to Andie for number one.
Well, my number one, and it was an independent film because it was done when they just got out of film school, and for back then they were on a strict budget. It was definitely below $1 million, and it's my favorite all-time movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
See, that one can go into anything. It's a slasher. It's a low-budget independent film.
Definitely. It's when y'all were saying some of those. I was like, those were some of my favorite independent films, but that's my all-time independent film ever. And hearing how they made it, if you watch the documentaries on it, it's just amazing to me. Oh, how they went around to it. Because they even had to borrow money from the mob to finally get it out.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The mob owned the rights to it for a long time.
Yikes.
Andy and I are looking into that for funding.
Just be careful. You don't want to go swimming with the fishes. All right, Goldie, what's your number one?
What now?
What's yours, honey?
Oh, well, it's of course of Evil Dead. Anybody who knows me knows that's like the reason that I want to be a director is because of Sam Raimi. So, yeah, Evil Dead.
Not the Spider-Man 3 Sam Raimi, though, right?
No, the Evil Dead, hard-working, that dude. Oh, my
Very cool. Eric, number one, dude.
Oh, hang on. Well, just honorable mention, because this originally was going to be my first pick, the original Night of the Living Dead, George Romero.
Yes. Awesome.
But no, this is my actual number one is a movie that I've seen a few years ago. Does anybody know the name Henry Lee Lucas?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a real life serial killer.
Right.
And there was a movie done with Michael Rooker portraying him, Henry, Portrait of a Serial.
Henry. Awesome. Yeah, he did a great job.
That's a movie that really, I mean, I'm watching that. I mean, you really want to see somebody trying to portray the mindset of a serial killer. It's a really creepy ass movie, man. And it was only done for like $100,000. Shot in like a month, I think.
Yeah.
It's got Tom Tolles in it too, right?
Yep. Yes.
And he is like a certified jackass in that movie.
Yeah.
So I wanted him to get his ass kicked. I love that movie. The first time I watched it, I was watching it with my mom. And she's like, God, this is so sad, but it's really well done. I was like, yeah, I think this is really what it's like, you know? And if I remember correctly, there was some creepy music in that movie, too.
No, the whole damn movie is creepy. Everything about it, dude. It's just,
But it's one of those things where you kind of sympathize with Henry, you know?
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, you know that something's off, but he's likable, you know? Like a sympathetic villain. Sykes, number one.
Well, it just makes me so proud. This movie's been mentioned so many times by so many people, but it's got to be Evil Dead. The original Evil Dead.
It's the third mention of it.
Because that
on this list.
Yeah, I mean, it took how long to film that? Get it finished? 3 years? On and off?
Well, I think it was longer than that, wasn't it?
I think it was 2 to 3 years it took him to get the whole thing made. Lots of different shooting locations that had to be redressed for the scenic locale that they originally had when they had to come back and when they got more money and come back and film another part or another portion of the film. But yeah, and I actually got to see it in the theater with a whole crowd of people. Back when Hamilton Place used to have this thing around Halloween where they would set up their theater to just play horror films on Halloween night. If you showed up in costume, it could be something as simple as a pullover mask. You got in for free. And they had Nightbreed and they had Evil Dead. My best friend in high school went to see Nightbreed. I went to see Evil Dead and saw it. Finally got to see it on the big screen, and it was so great to see it with. I mean, once again, nothing bigger or greater than seeing it with a group of people so into that movie. I mean, when Scotty goes into the bathroom and he starts getting his face clawed by his girlfriend now that she's possessed. I mean, the whole theater just screamed their lungs out. Just so much fun to see that movie, and I still watch it from time to time. But yeah, that's one of those near and dear to my heart.
Because it's late and I'm getting a little tired, I'm gonna get it confused. Which one is the one? I swallow your soul. Is that 1 or 2?
That's 2.
Okay.
2 was more mainstream funded by Dino De Laurentiis. But yeah, the first one was that's a total indie flick. They really had to work hard to raise the money for that.
Oh yeah.
That is some guerrilla filmmaking too.
At its finest.
The conditions were crazy. Posey, what is your number one, dude?
So my number one low budget movie of all time, horror, it's got to be Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
What?
Wow.
What? It's not. It's not a horror movie.
It's high budget and it's not scary.
So I did love Dead Alive by Peter Jackson.
Are you
Hell
sure?
yes.
Are you sure this is not low budget? Let me check my facts here. Oh no, you're right. Let me just
Cost a bazillion.
Oh
dollars.
yes, my number one. Again, a movie that did it right, and you've already talked about it ad nauseum, so I won't even talk about anything about it. That was Blair Witch. So
awesome.
Yeah. Actually, it was Boondock Saints until you guys put that. Oh, it's gonna be.
Hey, honorable mention to Boondock Saints. That's a great film.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right, my number one is actually a foreign film that was dubbed over in English. And I'm going to try to say it like it's supposed to be said. Haute Tension.
Oh, dude.
Which is French for high tension.
I was going to say that one. Or Inside. I love French horror. So, yeah.
That movie is fucking brutal.
Love it.
Filmed for $2.2 million, which is, nothing in today's standards. And the movie's not even old. Great twist ending, which, some people say I saw it coming halfway through.
Best scene ever is when he's in the truck and when you think, he's getting something, and he puts the head outside the window. Best scene in modern cinema ever. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I want to do a horror movie like that. I want to make that. That's a scene that I want to shoot one day. It changed my life when I saw that movie. I actually got to be in a horror movie that was based off of that called Dual Faces. So
that's awesome. Yeah, it's so
brutal. Love it.
Yeah, it's very brutal, and it's like an emotional roller coaster. It really just takes you to crazy places. I did have some honorable mentions. I couldn't even find the budget on this movie, but I think that for better or worse, it launched a bajillion sequels. Also a pretty sought after toy line, and that's Puppet Master. Which is not a movie that I think is fantastic, but it is pretty creepy that these puppets are so animated, and they each have their own kind of personality, and I think it's really cool.
You know it has 9 sequels?
Yes, I have them all.
It's still going.
Yeah, and I think they're probably going to just remake it too. Also, a lot of people, this is kind of a polarizing kind of movie. Like, people love it or hate it. My wife hates it. I kind of love it. And that's Eli Roth's Cabin Fever. It's so like off-putting. It's gross. But I don't know. I just
the one with the dude from Boy Meets World?
Yes.
Oh yeah. That was actually pretty good.
I wouldn't use that word.
And that weird ass kid jump kicking and screaming pancakes. A little bit older film. Sid Haig fans should know about, and Lon Chaney Jr. is also in it. It's called Spider Baby. Yes. I'm not sure how. I mean, it seemed like a low budget, but when you watch it, it is a horror movie, but it's also got this very unique sense of humor about it.
Very awesome movie.
It's really cool, and it's black and white, which I love. And one last one, it's very new.
Grief, you have like 2 top 3 lists.
Yeah, I know. I've talked about this movie on the show ad nauseum. I cannot say enough good things about it. It was filmed on a budget of $3 million, and it's called Sinister.
Oh, I love that movie.
Where my photo was like, the photo that y'all used of me and all the photographer went and saw it, and he was inspired that whole photo shoot, me with the lawnmower.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when I saw that picture again, I was like, oh man, Sinister. The movie's so good. It cost nothing to make. It's almost flawless. Damn near perfect.
What would have made it perfect for?
The ending to be cut at a certain point.
Well, and everybody says that ending's so bad, but I kind of dug
it. Yeah.
When the axe was coming down on the dad, if they would have cut the camera right before it hit credits, that'd been fine. You don't need the walking off and the painting going out to the further, whatever.
It's not the further.
Well, I don't care.
That's Insidious. The further. All right. The only movies that got mentioned more than once were, of course, 1978's Halloween. We had 3 different Friday the 13th movies on the slasher list, so I'm going to say Friday the 13th is one of the tops of all time. Blair Witch got mentioned twice in the low budget films, and Evil Dead 3 times. So those are, if anybody listening has not seen any of those movies, go check them out. You can probably see them for like $2. So you have no excuse not to watch these kick-ass movies. Exactly.
There is one thing, honorable mention about Evil Dead. None of those would have been possible if it wasn't for the short documentary Within the Woods.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of people forget all about that.
Very nice. Which you can see on YouTube.
In a equality, too. So don't even look for it.
You can have it play before your eyes, not that you can tell what the hell is going on. I tried to watch it and I was like, I can't even do it. It's just so bad quality. Cool. So, again, I want to thank our very special guests, Goldie Fatale and Andie Noir.
Thanks.
There is no E.
No E.
Do not put no E.
I'm Noir.
It's not Noir. I've been misspelling this shit all day. And again, we're going to post all the info, but you guys need to check them out. They got Facebook pages, and you can keep up with their appearances and what they're doing in their movies and everything, and show them some love. So, again, thank you guys for coming on. It's really fun talking to you.
It's been fun.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Awesome. So we'll go ahead and sign off here for my wonderful co-hosts, Eric Williams.
Have a lovely evening, everyone, and we will catch y'all, sometime next week or after DRAGONCON.
Yes.
Everybody.
Which, really?
Yeah, have fun without us. Sad.
I know.
Quick side note, next week's show, we don't really have a topic, but it will be probably us discussing a lot of our DRAGONCON plans and just geeky crap as usual. Patrick Sykes.
Good evening, guys. It was nice to meet you, ladies.
Nice to meet you, Patrick.
And last but not least, Mr. Brandon Posey.
I just want to apologize to Mike's mom, to Josh's mom, and my mom, and I'm sorry to everyone. I was very naive. I'm so sorry for everything that has happened, because in spite of what Mike says now, it is my fault. Because it was my project, and I insisted on everything. I insisted that we weren't lost. I insisted that we keep going. I insisted that we walk south. Everything had to be my way. And this is where we've ended up. And it's all because of me. And we're here now, hungry, cold, and hunted. I love you, Mom. Dad, I'm so sorry. What is that? I'm so scared to close my eyes. I'm scared to open them. I'm going to die out here. Scene.
Okay.
Man, they didn't even show the perpetrator.
Coming out your nose.
Yeah, I was just thinking that you have a big wad of snot coming out of your nostrils right now. That's what makes the most scene.
Oh, and by the way, everyone, go to our fan page, like us, go to iTunes, give us a 5-star rating. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube account.
Vitamin Geek TV on YouTube.
Anyway, and we'll see you
That
next
thing that
week.
plays the moving
And now
pictures.
Corey's thing.
Absolutely. Okay, and I have been your host, Corey Keelan. Thanks everyone for listening, and go read some comics. Check out Vitamin Geek TV on YouTube. Every episode we record now is going to be on that channel, so you can find it that way if you don't want to go the podcast route and be all elite like that. Everyone have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.